Welcome to the Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is the Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
Welcome to the Executive's View. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, and this is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You guys know I don't do this by myself, man. I got a slew of brothers that are ready to chop this up with you guys, but before I do, I'm going to start off by saying this, man. Like, follow, and subscribe, man. If you see the show, share the show. We're also on Spotify. I'm going to mention that at the end. Make sure you follow us, man. We're doing big things, man. And football is right around the corner, man. It's going to be a good couple weeks for us, man. With that being said, I got Villain in the building, beat bopping and do whopping like he always does, man. What's going on, Villain? How we doing this evening, sir?
Super Villain. I'm in the house. It's good to see everybody. Uncle Chandler is back. I can see him in the building. I see the profile, You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing, man. He two TV over there, man. I got Larry in the building. What's going on, Larry? How we doing, sir?
Yo, what's up, fellas, man? I'm glad to see Unc back too, man. Hey, we be needing that energy from him, giving us that perspective from the senior citizen crew over here.
The senior citizen crew. You, sir, are a cornball for that one.
Hey, we can't have him back without messing with him and teasing him a little bit.
Right? Speaking of the man with the double ARP card, Chandler CK's in the building. What's going on, my man? How we doing, sir?
I don't do ARP because I don't travel. Otherwise, I would. That's why the only thing is good for is them damn travel discounts.
Well, give me your discount then. I need your discount.
Yo, man, before we get started, man, we got Coach Black, Zach Lazar in the building, man, taking a break from his NCAA business to come kick it with us. What up, Coach? How we doing this evening, sir?
Taking a break.
Oh, my bad. My man doing double duty tonight. Man. Multitasking tonight. Well, I tell you what, man. I ain't going to waste anybody's time, man. There's a lot to get to, and we're just going to dive straight in, man. Let's talk Kawhi really quickly, man. Let's get this out the way early, man. The Clippers said they were very disappointed that Kawhi Leonard was pulled from the USA team. I think all of us sitting here were shocked that he was even added based off of the injury history and everything that, Kawhi Leonard has dealt with, being ready and, available for his actual NBA team. But I'm going to throw this around the building. Coach, I'm going to get you in and out quickly, man. Go ahead and give me a perspective on it, man. Kawhi Leonard, pulled from the U.S. Olympic team, replaced by Derek White. Another controversial pull, if you ask me. But tell me how you feel, my guy.
So, again, it's one of like Kawhi Leonard has done great things in his career. I mean, in the Olympic, it's one of those things where it's a resume builder. It's just, it's funny, a guy like Carmelo, who is probably one of the best Olympic basketball players we've ever seen, he doesn't have the NBA titles. Kawhi has the NBA titles, doesn't have like the Olympic stuff like that. It's just one of those things that it looks good on your plaque in Springfield, Mm-hmm. But I mean, again, Kawhi, because of his history with the injuries and stuff like that, you hear and it's just like everybody's like, oh, here you go again. He always doing this and stuff like that. And like I joked about it. I was like, man, Kawhi lost his passport. He probably had to think of something, a reason why he can't. He like, yeah, man, like I'm the boss is telling me, But I don't know. I feel like it is a whole lot of just backroom drama and just talk with this USA team. It's just like with the Jaylen Brown stuff and like everything else stuff like so. It's just like this is just one thing of a bunch of other stuff going on with USA basketball that's like really wild. And it's like, I mean, could Kawhi have like load managed in the Olympics? That's something that I was just thinking about early today. It's like, you want to protect your investment. The Clippers, who, let's be honest, the Clippers were probably the only team who were going to give Kawhi that kind of money, because they got a brand new pretty, arena in Inglewood they got to try to fill, so, and then, things would happen with Paul George and everything like that. So like the Clippers were probably going to give Kawhi money just to protect, everything they're trying to do out there with everything that they're doing as they try to move forward with their franchise. But Kawhi doesn't get the benefit of the doubt when stuff like this happens. He just doesn't, and talk about like guys like Embiid and all these guys have injuries and nicks and bruises and stuff like that. But a guy like Kawhi, who is Mr. Load Management, be it by his own creation or whatever was going on in San Antonio, to where they just kept doing it and letting it rock and stuff like that. But like I said, that's all I really have on the Kawhi thing. It's just like, I don't want to get into like, let's like, it was his dream. I don't want to get in all that.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all like do that. It's just, again, Kawhi Leonard is a fantastic basketball player. Who is an American. It would be nice to have our best and brightest represent our country over in Paris. Kawhi Leonard not being on the team, why it sucks, guess what? I'm going to watch anyway. Like, Derek White gets his opportunity, and it's going to be great for him. And not saying that Kawhi wouldn't appreciate it, but it's nice to see a guy like Derek White, who, will get a chance, who otherwise probably wouldn't get picked for the NBA, for the USA basketball team. It's nice to see a guy like him get a shot to go over there and experience it. So, like I said, we're doing all this talk about the roster and all this stuff like that, when at the end of the day, they're probably going to be on the podium, probably gold. I mean, maybe that's just my patriotism like seeping through, but it's like we're doing all this talk about a team that's going to be there at the end, and it really, for me at least, doesn't matter if Kawhi Leonard's on there or not. It would be nice to see him, but I mean, I'm not upset or disappointed like the Clippers are that he's not on the team.
All right, so let me, throw some more fuel to this fire and throw this around to the rest of the gentlemen. You got other injury-riddled guys. Joel Embiid missed a good portion of last year, and let's keep it a beam, missed a good portion of his career due to injury on the team. We all understand the injury issues with Anthony Davis. He's on the team. KD, he's hurt, currently on the team. Like, something smells fishy here. And again, if you want to go ahead and bring the Jaylen Brown thing into it as well, we can go that route with it too. Larry, talk to me, my guy. How you feel?
Oh man, I was about to bring the Jaylen Brown thing in, man. I think it was something behind it. It had to be, because how do you not have Kawhi 2.0 replace Kawhi? Like, I feel like it was something more to this whole story that we're not gonna get. And I'll go even further. Jaylen Brown, if you guys notice, he's a lot more vocal. Kawhi's like, my name's Kawhi Leonard. My name is Kawhi. And Jaylen is gonna give you full unfiltered, like, if it's something going on, he's gonna talk about it. You're not gonna be able to interview Jaylen Brown and he's at the Olympics post game or pre-game and he's not gonna speak his mind. So it just didn't sit right with me that the exact player that you had that mirrors his game, you didn't even ask this guy, pick up the phone and say, hey, would you even be interested? They said, because they felt like he wouldn't accept the reduced role. How the hell what I'm gonna be okay with if you don't pick up the phone and ask me?
Everybody on that squad has a reduced role. Come on now.
Yeah, everybody's going to do that. So if you don't, that's like if you say, oh, we don't think Larry would be okay for that job, but you don't even pick up the phone and ask me, did I want that job? What the hell does that look like? Like, you didn't even pick up the phone and ask me, but you assume, and we all know what assumptions do. You make that assumption, and it looks like it was something more to it. So I was a little upset that Jaylen wasn't on it, especially considering he was the Finals MVP. And then they already, it just, like you say, it throws more fuel onto the fire. It's like, he didn't make not even the third team All-NBA. Like, now he's not on the Olympic. It looks real fishy. But, we'll probably hear about it 10 years from now, something like that. Now, as far as the whole injury thing, I'm with you with Embiid, and I feel like, man, players look at it like Steve said, it's another notch in the belt. It's another shiny thing going in the trophy room. And if you're an injured player, I get it. You want that Olympic gold. We'll go for it. But if you're injured, why do you even accept the invitation? Because you have to accept the invitation. We've seen guys turn down invitations. Why accept the invitation and you hurt? You know that you hurt. You could have let somebody else have that opportunity. We could have had Jaylen Brown and Derek White on that team. You never know who could have been in to fill that role in if you'd have just said, hey, I'm hurt. I can't play. I'm going to, bow out. Let somebody else go and try to win the goal because I'm not going to be good just, sitting on the bench taking up another space. So, I'm kind of on that fence of Kawhi. It just add more to people already think about Kawhi. Kawhi, I actually thought about it. I said, Kawhi, you need to really issue an apology because he threw the Spurs under the bus about that knee. But now it looks like they were right. They were right on about that knee, and he was like, "Oh, they misdiagnosed me. They this." Kawhi, they didn't misdiagnose you. You just didn't want to hear that news.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny you mentioned that, and Villa, I'll come to you next. Like, would we had this big of a fallout about the roster construction? Jaylen Brown not Jaylen Brown, but Derek White coming in for Kawhi. If somebody like a Jalen Brunson got the phone call and accepted, if somebody like a Zion Williamson came in there and filled in for a potential Joel Embiid, who's falling out, in exhibition and just not looking good at all. To be honest with you, I watched both exhibition games. He looks horrible. But take this way you want to take it, my man. I mean, obviously Derek White got the nod over Jaylen Brown and others. But if it wasn't Jaylen Brown and it was Brunson, from your Villanova Knicks, would there be much fallout?
I mean, you anybody you pick is coming off an injury, right? Jalen Brunson just had the hand injury in the playoffs, right? So, I mean, it's slim pickings, right? Like right. Zion was I think he was shut down towards the end of the season, right? KD, he has an injury. I mean, listen, we didn't really talk about the roster construction. So to be fair, I mean, I think Chandler and I were talking about it this morning that Embiid is a prime candidate for our hate and our visceral, but we never really talked about the roster construction to begin with, right? I mean, I said it too. I wouldn't have Embiid there because he literally came off an injury. I don't know how healthy he is unless, he recovered in a couple months, right? So, I mean, the end of his season was in late April, early May, right? So he's had like a month and a half to recover. Okay.
Just about, yeah.
Just about, right? So how healthy is he? And second of all, he wasn't born in the U.S. Why is he on the team to begin with? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a U.S. citizen, but he wasn't born in the U.S. Now, I don't know the criteria for the USA team. You know what I mean? But
I mean, he has dual citizenship.
Exactly. We want to be technical. It's kind of like A-Rod, right? When he was in the World Baseball Classic between Puerto Rico and U.S. He has that kind of like, walking that fine line, right? So, and I'm a Knicks fan, so I got nothing but hate for Joel Embiid and the Sixers. So, I hope he slips on a banana peel, breaks every bone in his body. So, I mean, I really don't want him to be there. But, you know what I mean? Like, something doesn't smell right to me because the early reports, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sirius and fellas, on like, it was Team USA and the Clippers that decided to take Kawhi Leonard off the team.
That's how it's reported. And now
that's how it was originally reported, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So now it's Lawrence Frank, the guy that let PG walk for nothing, coming out and say, now he wants to support his guy, the guy that he has to pay because he's the one star left that they need to put butts in seats in this new arena that they're paying for. Oh, we should have let him. They should have gave him a chance. He went through 2 practices. Like, come on, man. Like, I ain't stupid, man. Like, really? Like, now all of a sudden, like, it's like that was the guy that you kind of had to, all right, well, we got to mess with him because that's the guy we got left. Now you all supporting him. Like, no, we love this guy. We loved him long time. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Blackness I think
the bigger thing here is if you listen and watch the way Grant Hill speaks about it.
Sure.
His whole body language is just saying that something is foul.
Exactly.
Like
that's my point.
Whether Ballmer called him and was like, "Yo, get my man off," whether there was issue within the scrimmages or the practices or whatever, like something was off in the way Grant Hill said, "Yo, we had to make a move. We're not getting into specifics, but we had to make a move." And then, let's keep it a whole bean. If Kawhi, wasn't fitting the mold, again, he wasn't fitting the mold. He shouldn't have been on the team in the first place. But I wanted to give Chandler an opportunity to talk a little bit about it.
Let me just finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I mean, I totally agree with you. That's why I think something is fishy. Like, something's not adding up. My math ain't mathing on this one, right?
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like either Kawhi asked out and they're covering for him by saying that USA took him out. USA took him out because the Clippers asked him to, and they're covering for somebody's covering for somebody. Somebody's lying. And at the end of the day, like, I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just do what you want. It doesn't matter to me. But, like, I have the right and I have the duty, because we're on this show to talk about the fact that something's not right and somebody's lying. And clearly somebody's lying.
Well, yeah. Why you always lying? Chandler, talk to me, my guy. How you doing, man?
So I have a question, because Grant Hill's lying, first of all.
Okay.
Facts.
So
you can see it in his body language, and it's like a guy who has such integrity like Grant Hill. They got him up that line, and he can't hide it. You can see him squirming up there,
because Kevin Durant hasn't practiced yet.
Right.
So if Kawhi was so hurt that you had to get rid of him because of his injury, why in the hell is Kevin Durant still on the team?
Why would you even be there? Why did you even bring him there?
Because it's Kevin Durant. Right. It's Kevin Durant. Right?
Like, why did you bring him there if he wasn't going to play?
Exactly. He's got a calf injury, which we all know calf injuries turn to Achilles injuries. You've already seen this with KD. Okay? But y'all still got him there, right? Joel Embiid can't even make it up and down the damn court. Okay? He's still injured, but he's there. And you're willing to work with him through that. Now, what do KD and Joel Embiid have in common? They're Nike athletes. What is Jaylen Brown not?
A Nike athlete.
What is Kawhi Leonard not?
He does New Balance.
Yeah, he's New Balance guy.
Yeah, he's not a Nike athlete. Totally backwards. He's
not a Nike athlete. I had a problem with all this from the beginning, because one, if Kawhi Leonard wanted to play and his team was okay with him playing, fine. I don't give a damn. Okay, Jaylen Brown should have been on that team from the very beginning.
From the get-go, yeah, you're right.
Kawhi being there or not had nothing to do with it. They were never going to give Jaylen Brown a spot on that team. Mm-hmm. They weren't going to give him one.
No.
And then to go get Derek White. Okay?
That's the thing that baffles me. CK. Why Derek White?
Derek White. So now you want to rub Jaylen Brown's face in it. Like, not only are we not going to put you on this team,
we're going to get your teammate.
We're going to get your role-player teammate.
Your role-player teammate, along with Drew Holiday. Make this make sense.
Listen, this stinks to high heaven, man. This whole thing stinks. And
I'm glad for it.
I've always had with the Kawhi Leonard conversation is, why is he the only one getting all of this vitriol? Because Joel Embiid has never finished the season. Ever.
Talk about it.
I'd be willing to bet that Joel Embiid has missed just as many or more games than Kawhi Leonard. Because remember, his first 2 years, he didn't play. He said there was foot in the air talking about, I'm the process. Yeah. Okay? I don't know. And we've seen it on to a smaller degree over the years with the shoe brands controlling who gets on these teams when it comes to the Olympics. We've seen it before.
You saw with the Dream Team.
Yeah, remember
Jordan having to wear the flag over his shoulder. Yeah,
and that was the thing. Yeah. That was a problem. I mean, Reebok had a huge problem with that, but they were like, "It's Michael Jordan. What are you gonna do?"
Okay. He already did it. You couldn't tell him to take the flag off.
Exactly.
Take the flag off.
So, this whole thing stinks. The whole way this team was put together stinks. This whole thing stinks. And for them to kind of make and see, they knew everybody would not pay attention to KD and Embiid once they removed Kawhi, because everybody's mentioning them. Mm-hmm. They're talking about Jaylen Brown and Kawhi. Joel Embiid should not be on the. He's naturalized citizen. You're a naturalized citizen. You want to play for this country? God bless you. If you want to play for like some guys who if one of their parents is from another country and they want to honor that parent, they'll go play for that country. Okay, can't speak a word of the language, nothing else. But my mom was from this, so I'm gonna go play for them. Okay, that's your choice. You play for whoever you want to play with. Whoever will let you. That is. But the entire way this thing was done was foul.
So foul. And
even in the commercials say LeBron James, Steph Curry, and the rest. Next time you see a commercial for the USA team, it says LeBron, Steph, and the rest.
You already know that was going to happen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kevin Durant is the rest. Anthony Edwards is the rest. Really?
Right. What should be a good story, CK, right? With Curry's first Olympics, Anthony Edwards on the national stage has turned into the have and have-nots, right? And this is exactly what they want, right? Because we're sitting here leading off the show talking about it. That's what they want, right?
Right.
It's a joke. And, like, I agree with you. Like, Kawhi is become the whipping boy, and to me, it's like, well, why was he ever asked to be there if you weren't going to give him a fair shake? That's
my problem with it.
And part of me, he feels like he shouldn't have been there at all. He shouldn't have been asked, and not because he's always hurt, but the other half is, well, now you just didn't want him to be there to begin with. Like, what are we talking about? And you got other dudes that are more worthy, right? Serious, you got other dudes that are more worthy to be there.
Let me ask you this. So do you think this is more on Grant Hill not want Kawhi there? Or do you think this is more back on the Clippers not want Kawhi there?
Honestly,
and then you think Grant Hill?
I follow the money.
It's USA basketball. It's USA basketball and Nike. We know these corporate sponsorships go when you start talking about national sports because they're dependent upon their sponsors' money to field these teams tracking because a lot of that money from Nike going to USA basketball, they send that money to the track and field people, the discus throwers, the swimmers, that's how they get their little, stipends and all the other nonsense. So Grant Hill was put out there to be the face of it. This ain't come from Grant Hill. No, this came from above Grant Hill.
Okay, so I gotta be the bad guy in the room now. So we just had this conversation about a month ago.
Yeah,
we talking about Kawhi going out, them not picking Jaylen Brown. Diana Taurasi is hurt. Caitlin Clark need her ass on that damn team.
It ain't gonna happen.
Something going on. It's something going on behind the scenes.
Yes. But that's what Kevin said.
If it's above Grant
basketball, it's USA basketball. USA basketball,
but it's above Grant Hill's pay grade. It's above his pay grade.
I'm not blaming Grant Hill. It's
something going on. Something
is in the walls in USA basketball. And the only way you can get rid of the stink is tearing down the wall and getting in the wall. And it's just like, again, it's like they get again, we talk about roster construction and stuff like that. They're just throwing players up against the wall to see what sticks. It is the arrogance of USA basketball to think that we can just send whoever over there. It doesn't matter. We don't have to build a team. We'll just go over there and just do whatever. And it's like, baby, this ain't 1992 anymore. The rest of the world is caught up.
And you know what the problem is, Black Zach? Because we had that rock bottom moment in 2004, right? When we had the bronze medal, right? And then they totally came in and fixed everything. They made these guys have to play the World Cup or whatever you call it. What's it every 2 years?
The FIBA World. I think it is the World Cup.
It's the World Cup, the FIBA, whatever, right? They have to play that. You have to practice with the team for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Tell me how many of these guys have practiced with USA basketball the last couple of years?
I mean, LeBron, KD.
And that's probably
about it. That
has to be it. Because tell me, Steph Curry practiced with this team for the last couple of years.
No, absolutely not. He wasn't even on the team. He didn't practice with the team.
Exactly, but he raised his hand up, and it's like, oh no,
Steph Curry.
But where was the prerequisite that you had to be on this team practicing for the last couple of years?
Steph Curry played in the Worlds 3 years ago. He's played in USA basketball.
But you had to have practiced with this team.
Well, he hasn't done it
through the process for the last couple of years to be eligible to be on this team.
And that's why
I don't know if he's done that or not.
That's why you have a guy like
Kyrie Irving has.
Who get well soon, Kyrie. Like that's why Anthony Edwards. People were like laughing at him, but Anthony was like, "I've been here. I've been putting in the work. Yep. This team should be built around me." And like, I love Anthony Deff, and it's like people were like, "Oh, shut up!" But it's like he's right because he's been here. He's made the commitment. He's put the work in to be like, you know what? This is my team. This is mine. And because I've been here.
That's the key word: commitment.
You and I know commitment. It's not even Ant's team. This brother may not even start.
But it is his team because the only time they play well is when he's on the court.
But he has a right. He has a right to be like, you know what? Hey, I've been here. I made the commitment. These guys are just swooping in at the last minute. Like, people can't say, "Oh well, there go Ant Edwards again, just running his mouth." It's like he actually has a point. He has been there. The commitment that they asked, he did.
But when
Larry pushed aside.
When Larry was talking about this, even with the women's team, right? And I kept saying to him, this isn't the women in the WNBA that did this. And I kept telling you, this was all about USA basketball.
They use the same stupid ass excuse. They was like, they use the same stupid ass excuse.
This is how this goes with this political nonsense. When you start talking about national teams, man.
It's political, man. It's political.
It is.
They said they didn't want to. The reason why they didn't put Caitlin on the team because they said they didn't want to upset the veteran players on the team. That was one of the things.
Cheryl Reeve, who is the head coach.
Yes.
Cheryl Reeve, who's the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, does not like Caitlin Clark. Period.
She don't.
Whether she do or not, when they asked her about what she said, I don't pick the team.
That's a
voice in the room.
That is a cop-out answer, Chandler, and you and I both know that.
Steve Kerr didn't pick this team. Serious. Steve Kerr didn't pick this team. USA basketball picked this team.
But they don't have any input?
No, they don't.
Yes.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they haven't had.
They gotta be in the room, though, right? They gotta be in the room.
Hold on. They haven't had input since Chuck Daly. I'm telling you this.
So you're telling me for years, Coach K never had any input, at least sat in the room when they were picking.
No, actually, I should say Coach K because I forgot about him. Coach K had input, but since Coach K, the coaches haven't had any input. They took it out of their hands because of the nonsense.
And that seems to me to be a problem.
Remember when she said he was only putting Duke guys on there? He would. Remember when Baron Davis should have been on that team?
Dude, Chandler,
and Trajan Langdon was
still tight about that. I think he's still tight about that, right?
So the statement that they came out with on the women's side, they said that the veteran players on the team would have been upset by putting Caitlin Clark on that team.
They made them the scapegoat, like they're making Kawhi the scapegoat.
But you can't tell me that they don't have no input on who goes on that team. They do.
The coach doesn't.
But the girls do.
So the girls
they
do.
Might, but the coach doesn't, which is why I said when Cheryl Reeve said, "Don't talk to me. Go talk to USA Basketball."
But that's like the players don't have no game. She just put y'all on game. The players didn't say we don't want Jaylen Brown. They don't have, and their voice don't mean nothing.
How come none of them said we want Jaylen Brown?
It's something going on behind the scenes on both sides.
Okay, but here's the thing: how come not one player on that team has stood up for Jaylen Brown?
The Celtics literally had to have an in-house meeting to clear the air between all of his teammates.
I'm talking about LeBron James. If LeBron James said, "I want Jaylen Brown on this team," you think he couldn't get him on that damn team?
Yeah, if he had a Nike contract and he was
but again, it's like Mr. Nike, LeBron James is not going to say anything exactly.
Yeah. If he was signing the Clutch Sports, he would be on the team.
We back to the money.
Look. Yeah, man. Like, you see Tatum.
You want the money.
Yeah, you see Jason Tatum, who's a Jordan athlete, which is a subdivision of Nike. You see, whenever that shit come up, he be looking at his shoes. on the ceiling or anywhere else.
You see what had happened, right? And I love Jalen, but you see, and then my mama said, Jason Tatum started stuttering. He turned into a 3-year-old. So my mama said.
I'll go even further with y'all. If Jaylen Brown was a free agent, because we know this is one of LeBron's recruiting trips, he would be on that team.
Right.
He would be on that team. And he's like, man, you should come look at these houses in LA. Oh man, you should come see these palm trees in LA. Oh man, just come on down to the stadium, man. I'm gonna show you around, man. Come on.
I don't think Jaylen Brown would play with LeBron.
He would be, but he would have been on that team. He'd have been getting that pitch.
I don't think Jaylen Brown would play with LeBron.
But he would have been getting the pitch if he was.
You know what? It's like I seen Jaylen Brown lately. That man looks like he's having a real good summer without having to play USA basketball.
That's a true statement. That's a true statement.
That man's having a real good summer.
Yeah.
So it's like let's not.
He's sleeping with his MVP trophy, man. He's sleeping with that MVP trophy.
Yeah. That man is having a blast.
Hey, just don't be reading his lips.
Hey. Now you know why he ain't on the team, right? That's why he ain't on the team. You're talking about.
He had to backpedal a little bit. I saw his little tweet. He had to be like, "Hey, man, well, like it's a flex to have your son on the team and stuff like that." It's like, all right, Jalen, you got to play the game a little bit because you got caught.
Yeah, you got.
I didn't say that.
Please, can we go through a show and not talk about that kid, please? Can we go through?
We said we wasn't gonna go there, man. But
we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today, man.
I mean,
Moving on.
The mixed single over there. I ain't.
Hey,
I'm gonna call him right now.
You're talking about it, sir. You're talking about it, sir.
I ain't said his name.
However, with that being,
I'll just last word, serious. I'm sorry, brother. I agree with man. Follow the money, and I still don't think the Clippers are blameless in this thing. I think they were behind the scenes pulling some strings too on Kawhi.
I agreed with it, but they needed their hand. They needed plausible deniability.
No, exactly, and that's why your dog is in the background snooping. But I mean, like that's what I'm saying. I feel like the Clippers, they were like, "Hey, man, how can I get this dude off the team without my name in it?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ballmer made the call.
Because they're paying him.
Made the call.
Because he gets hurt for USA basketball. They're still on the hook, right? Unless they got the insurance payment set up for that. So. That's my last word. I feel like everybody has a hand in this. Everybody has a hand.
I just hate that Grant Hill is the face of this, which sucks.
And it's not fair because he's such a good person, man.
But that's what he signed up to do. They trust me. When he took this job, they explained to him that there's some times you're gonna have to stand up there and lie. You're gonna have to fall on the sword. You're gonna have to be the bad guy.
Yep. But anybody that with a brain like us knows that. It ain't on him. You know what I mean? It ain't on him.
No, they came and told him, by the way, Kawhi's not on the team. I'm sorry, what?
Come again?
About who?
No, he's speaking. Yo, speaking of basketball, man, we got to talk a little summer league, man. I'm going to go right back to you, Villain. There's been some standout performances in summer league. I'm going to try to keep my Rockets hat off. I can't even say much because I didn't even want him on the team to begin with. But Dylan, talk to me, man. There's been some interesting showings from some of these guys in summer league, man. How you feel?
I love what I'm seeing from my kid from UConn. Both of the kids, right? Donovan Clinton had a nice block. He's looking good with Portland. I think
Castle got hurt.
No, Castle they pulled him. I don't know if he's hurt, right? Is he hurt? But they pulled him. But his first game, he put 22 on them, not just 1-2, 22. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had that, little hate. Hate. But he showed that he can play. Now, honestly, it's summer league, right? And it's against bunch of rookies, so we got to be clear. You know what I mean? But
bus drivers and UPS drivers.
Yeah, exactly. Right. UPS is hiring. Tyler Kolek, the kid from the Knicks that we got. The white boy can play, man. I think he does some nice things. I think he needs to probably clean up some of his passes in his game, but he's finding open dudes and making some plays. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. You know, I haven't seen a lot of the games. I've been kind of in and out, but from what I've seen, I like what I've seen so far. I mean, obviously I'm following the Knicks and I keep an eye on the UConn kids, but and I could care less about the Rockets. Nobody cares about the Rockets.
No, the Rockets made some good draft picks. They made some good draft
picks. They did,
picks.
absolutely. I just got, anytime I can hate on
let's get Aaron to expand on that thought, CK. The Rockets made some good draft choices. So I would like to hear. I would like to open the floor to
because Serious is a hater.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna reserve my time to some others, man. Chandler, talk to me, man. Chandler, talk to me.
I like what Houston did. We knew
Steve, I hate you so much, Steve.
They got some veterans. Some of those, for me, Summer League. I don't care what you score in Summer League. Right. Show me you have talent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Show me whether you have basketball IQ. Show me whether you have some talent. Show me something. I don't care if you scored no points, but you need to flash for me. Like I'm looking. Oh, I like that. I think it was a kid I talked about. A 6'11" kid. I think he's from West Virginia. Last name of Edwards. Skinny as a rail. He puts some meat on. The kid's gonna be good. The two French players, they are projects. Oh my God, they're projects. Sarr, bruh. I don't know. You should have been a number one pick because I see a skill set that you are lazy with. He's lazy. You see what I'm saying? I see laziness in him. He reminds me of Kevin Knox already.
Oh, Lord. Right? Oh boy.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yo, don't you put that evil on him, Ricky Bobby. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
And that's what I look for. I look for energy. Are you lazy with your skill set? Are you using your skill set, but maybe you just, not used to the speed, pace, and all of that? But I like what Houston did. I like what Portland did. Portland's got some players.
Do you think they fit, though, Chandler? Do you think the pieces fit?
They got way too many guards and wings. They're going to have to make a trade and get rid of them 75,000 guards they got.
Yeah, it's like a bad bucket of chicken, you know what I mean?
But they got a bunch of guys with good skill sets. It's a matter of if they can put them together. I think Chauncey's on his last legs. Did Chauncey get fired already, or is he still there?
I think he's still there.
He's going to be done after this year. But I think the team...
You think so? You think so?
Because they're giving him guys that he got to develop, and I don't think he knows how to develop. I don't think he knows how to develop. I don't.
Okay.
I think Chauncey would be better with a veteran team. I think he would have been better with a veteran team. That's just my own personal opinion. But yeah, Houston.
I would like to have seen him in LA with the Lakers, but another conversation another day.
Yeah, Houston. The Houston fans should be really happy this season because here's the thing: if the Rockets are not at least a 6 seed in the West, somebody failed.
Yeah, put that evil on him. I definitely want to.
You gonna make me talk. You gonna make me talk.
Hey, somebody said that like a couple of weeks ago. Somebody said that.
You gonna make me talk. I'm not trying to talk Rockets right now.
I mean, I look. 6. Wow.
Yeah, if healthy.
Yeah, I mean, look. I'll go ahead and jump in here. Like again, I said it. Like I said, for whatever reason, I ended up watching a lot of SEC basketball last season. So I identified that Reed Sheppard. What happens at Kentucky is you have guys who, while they're at Kentucky, because we talked about Portland, how Kentucky has so many guys. Just everybody's talented, and sometimes you see flashes. And I saw flashes with Reed Sheppard at Kentucky. And I was like, man, this kid, he has, Unc nailed it on the head. It's like, what skill do you have? He's a very good shooter. So what is he doing this summer league? He is shooting the lights out. So it's like, because he like I said, I sat here and I said it, a team that needs shooting drafted a guy who I thought was one of the better shooters, if not the best shooter in the draft. It's like, if you didn't like him that high, I get it, but it's like, you know what? Serious, you're a fantasy football player. Draft your guys when you want your guys. You draft your guys. If you want a guy, draft your guy. And it's like, can we have got more assets? Yeah, but it's like, here we are. You have Sheppard, you have Cam, you have two guys who summer league again. It's like this is above them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is below them, should I say? The Rockets should look, this is it. Look, these guys, and then now all of a sudden, and I've said this before, and I've told Larry this, I've told Sirius this. My dream was always you see a team that plays north of the Rockets in the Oklahoma City Thunder. And my dream has always been, if the Rockets do this right, they can become the Oklahoma City Thunder. And man, I just 6 is asking a little bit much, and it's I think I put the cart before the horse last year. I got a little excited with this team, but I just feel look, if we're sitting here in the middle of March, or I would even go back. If we're sitting here at the All-Star break and the Rockets are in kind of that play-in, that 9, 8, 7 range, at the All-Star break, then I'll get excited. But it's 6 in the West. We talk about all the time how tough the West is, But to I don't want to turn this into the launch pad, but I will say that I man, before he got hurt with Castle, that was a guy who I know I was talking to my cousin about. He was he wanted the Rockets to get Castle. He was man, I just to see that kid in red. He was he would fit good with the Rockets team, and I was yeah, but and I hate the team that he went to. But that's another story for another day. But Summer League for me, what I get out of Summer League is you have to look at these guys, and it's this is the process of becoming a pro. Yeah. It is you have to learn how to be a pro. And honestly, I know we don't want to talk about a certain somebody, but I'm going to talk about his coach. And I sat on this air a couple weeks ago, and I was he needs to be his ass on the sideline in Vegas. Mm-hmm. There is no reason why for me, that's the biggest thing I look at, because guess what? You are a rookie coach. You haven't been doing this. You haven't been out here, whatever like this. Other coaches don't need to be there. It's Tibbs isn't within 3,000 miles of Vegas. Mm-hmm. It's he doesn't need to be there. But it's a rookie coach who needs to learn how to be a coach. But we've already seen with the hires, they're going to say, okay, JJ, you're the face, you're the coach, and then we're just going to surround you with other coaches who know what they're doing. And then you get to be the one who gets to be the handsome, slick back hair face of the franchise. When the other coaches are out there grinding, out there running practice and stuff like that, and it's JJ Redick gets to go do his podcast and stuff like that instead of run, and he's sitting up there with Rob. You know what? Don't get me started. I will give the rest of my time to Larry, because it's just to me, it's I talk all the time about this is a very important summer for the Lakers franchise. And then what do you have? You have your rookie coach sitting in the stands next to the GM instead of being his ass on the sideline where he should be, because just like these kids need to learn how to be pros, he needs to learn how to be a coach.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this before Larry takes off. When's the last time you saw the big boy ball club have their head coach on the sideline?
Chris Finch is there.
Finch is on the sideline.
Well, he's because it's still rehabbing his knee, but he's there for every game. He's there for every practice for the T-Wolves Summer League team. He's been there the entire time.
I haven't seen a Timberwolves Summer League game. I missed that, but normally you don't see Ime Udoka's not coaching the Rockets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I wouldn't expect him to. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't expect Spoelstra. I wouldn't expect but it's I just feel it just says something to the fact that where it's he's just gonna be a figurehead. It's get out there and just like preseason stuff like that. It's late game situations where it's this is a test run. It's okay, what would I do when it's the middle of January and we're down 3 against the Bucks or whatever like that? It's just it's. I mean,
what would I do? Whatever LeBron tell me to do. That's what I do. Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck, man. We know what time it is.
You know what time it is. You know what I'm trying to say, Barry.
I know exactly what you're trying to say. And it's logical if it wasn't LeBron's team. We know the score. JJ, do what LeBron tell you to do. That's all it is.
Pass the ball to Will.
That's all it is.
Larry, talk to me, my man.
I mean, I get what Steve is saying. It's you can't compare a Udoka. Udoka's been on the sideline. He was on the sideline for Pop's team. JJ's never been on the sideline. Period. He don't know how to in-game manage, working out rotations, none of that stuff. So I get what Steve is saying.
Didn't he coach his daughter or something like that?
Yeah, he coached like some sixth graders.
Fourth grade or something.
Yeah, fourth grade, yeah.
Yeah, he probably had 5 girls on his team and he didn't have to sub nobody out. But
that's the same thing coaching LeBron. You call me coaching a diva.
Hey, LeBron was on his phone. He probably was texting, "Hey, sub, hey, run this play."
Zone. They're playing the zone. They're playing the 3 zone anyway.
Hey, send the play in from the sideline like the offensive coordinator. But
it's like that Will Ferrell soccer movie. Him and Mike Dick.
He got a headset on from the other side of Vegas where they practicing it. But I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put it like this, right? So when I look at Summer League, I look at these guys to see how would they fit into their teams, right? And I wanted to trade out of the number 3 pick because I thought that the Rockets needed another big. Now, I didn't think that Reed was gonna be a bad player. I just felt like we're too guard heavy on the Rockets. I feel like we could use it to get another big guy, another rebounder, another defensive guy. But like I said, he's been looking amazing, and Cam is using this as his personal highlight film. I feel like
this is cardio, man. He getting his work in, man. Like
he chilling.
Yeah, he did that last year.
I need him to sit his behind down and get ready.
I need him to sit down. He needs to sit down and enjoy his time in Vegas.
Yeah, he got.
Hey, look.
Yeah, go hit the clubs or something.
Yeah, go to Dre's, go to rehab, go do something. You don't need to be playing basketball.
Yeah,
go hit the strip. Go to the Wu-Tang residency.
You need to be at the beach parties and stuff like that. Hey, I'm gonna just honestly, if he keeps doing what he's been doing, he's gonna be in the 6 man of the year competition next year. That's what I want.
He should have been in that last year, but he got hurt.
Yeah, but that's what I want to see from him. I want to see him being, in that 6 man role. I said it on the show. I think it was just me and you on Aaron, and I said, watch out for them Spurs, dude. Hey, we don't know Chris Paul ain't gonna stay healthy, but you know what you're getting from Harrison Barnes. If you get something out of Castle, what Castle showed, it was one game with a Wembley. That team, hey, people gonna be real shocked that they losing games to these Spurs over here because they doing something.
They still got Sochan and they still got some players.
Yeah, they got
Sochan with like Keldon Johnson. I mean, they have a good team.
Hey, and
Castle,
you know how it is for Pop. You know how it is for Pop. Pop be like, run through that wall, and players be like, how many walls you want me to run through? Just the one.
Right.
They gonna.
But Castle is such a great fit, LG, because he doesn't need the ball to score all the time. He's a terrific defender. I've seen it.
But
I saw it from day one.
But that's the system.
And that system in San Antonio, he's perfect for it.
Yeah, perfect. You don't need him. You don't need the Spurs. They play just like the Warriors. You don't need somebody, a point guard, to give you 10 dimes because it's a system.
Right.
You play your role within the system, and you're going to get your shine.
Yep.
So I like what I saw out of Castle. I know you're talking about these UConn guys, but I'm kind of wondering what the hell is Portland going to do? Because Klingman, that's how you say his name, he actually kind of showed you some DeAndre Ayton tendencies. And I'm like, so you expect him to play next to Ayton? It just, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they got going on over there. It was just weird.
Somebody's got me on.
They got too many duplicates of the same type of player up in Portland. Right. But real quick, there's one kid I forgot to mention, the kid Shannon from Illinois. They had an interview with him, right? I was really impressed. I'm going to tell you what. That kid's not going to be in no club ever again, if you can guarantee that. But they had an interview with him, and on the side, they playing the game, and all he talked about was, I got to be better defensively. I got to be better defensively. He was scoring. At that point, he had 18 points in the game. He's like, I got to get better defensively. I like that kid.
But you know what I'm gonna tell y'all, and like I said, that's how I look at like how these players, because we know summer league is not gonna be what you're gonna see in the regular season. But I look at like how do these players kind of fit into some of these teams? How do some of these people will fill certain roles on certain teams? Especially when you're looking at like these high draft picks. I will agree with you. they might be hyping up these French league a little bit too much because I was over here looking for a pass. I was like, can I get that add-on to my NBA pass? Because I was like, league. But I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know now. Maybe I
too many baguettes and croissants.
Maybe the language there. You don't understand what pass mean and dribble, and maybe that's what it is. Or shoot, maybe it's the language barrier.
Get off cognac and croissants.
He's too light. Sarr is lazy. Sarr has a tremendous skill set. The kid is lazy.
But you know what? He played some good D. I watched 2 of his games. He played some good D. I'm more worried about the other guy. I forgot his name. The one that the Hawks took. I'm more worried about him.
Risha
Shane. Yeah.
Sarr looks like he's going to be a defensive rebounder. Huh?
He said, "What's your Shire sauce?"
Something like that.
Risha Shane, 3 pounds.
Risha Shane.
He's lighter than Wemby was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he looks more of a word to me. But yeah, like I said, I'm normally at Summer League. I'll be honest with you. I go to Summer League every year. This is the one year I decided not to go because I want to go and I want to see these guys up close in person. But it's looking good. And I will say this. There is a former player's son who's been balling his ass out. Scottie Pippen Jr. is balling, bro. They need to let that dude play for the Grizzlies, bro. Scottie Pippen Jr. is balling.
Yeah. He lost that.
He earned it. He earned it.
He needs to be on the roster.
I liked him at Vandy. You know what I'm saying?
Ron Harper's son's playing well too. Ron Harper's son is playing well too.
Yep.
I heard he can play though, Chandler. I heard he can play.
And nobody will give him a shot. Nobody will give him a chance.
No. What team is he on?
Who is he playing for? I forget. And I was just reading about him earlier today. I already forgot. Ron Harper Jr. I ain't got the meds yet, but he's been playing well. No, seriously, they sent me the meds and their meds ain't came yet. They're supposed to help with the memory because shit's getting bad.
All you gotta do is remember Barry is the greatest.
Boston. He's on Boston.
Well, okay. Yeah, he's been playing well. That's what I'm saying. He can't get a seat. He keeps winding up on teams where there's really no slot for him.
But yeah,
awesome.
But he
man, that's in Washington. Go to Washington, damn it, Washington.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Come see me in my backyard, man. Come see me in my backyard. Shifting gears from basketball. I wanted to talk baseball. We're at the halfway point here, man. I'm not going to talk about the home run derby. I thought that was just pretty much a joke, if you ask me. But at the halfway point here, man, we got some teams. That need to make some moves. We got some teams. We talk about buyers and sellers all the time, and there is no more present time than right now to kind of talk about what teams should do to get themselves over the hump, or what teams should just blow it up and restart it. I'm gonna give you guys a blank canvas and let you guys paint, man. Chandler, I'm gonna start with you, my guy. All-Star break is here. AL's up 5-3 if you guys ain't watching it. But paint with your brush, man. What do you think some teams are gonna be doing at the trade deadline gets closer here?
I'll leave the Yankees for Barry. Seattle, DePoto needs to be fired. He is not maximizing the talent on that team. He is not. I'm sorry. That team should be better. You're wasting J-Rod's prime. You're wasting it. Wasting his talent. You can't seem to figure out pitching. Seattle should be buyers. They're going to wind up being sellers. Or they're going to do nothing at all, which is even worse because you're right in the middle. Toronto needs to blow it up. Blow it all up. Blow it all up. Trade Guerrero now while you can get something for him because he's going to get you back a haul. Bichette, trade. Listen,
Sir. You need something for your cough?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
They need to Toronto because that team is underperformed. The manager needs to go, and you need to get assets. Because honestly, their minor league system is not good. Toronto's minor league system is not as good as it should be, considering some of the players they produced. You gave up on Biggio. Kevin Biggio was a really good player, and then suddenly he cratered. I don't get that. He's a 5-tool guy. You know he can hit. We watch this kid play. You don't suddenly lose the ability to hit. Now, you might go into a slump, but you don't lose the ability to handle the strike zone. And this kid looks like he did not want to be there. Okay, like he had absolutely quit. Guerrero, I'm sorry, he looks like the only player who looks like he wants to be there is George Springer. Okay, because he gets to hang out in Toronto and smoke weed, and he already got his money, so he good. Yep. Toronto needs to blow it up. The Giants need to blow it up. How you spend $200 million in free agency and don't get nobody of substance? Okay, Matt Chapman, dude, you knew damn well you did not want to be in San Francisco. I don't know why you signed there. Well, because you let Scott Boras talk you in that nonsense. Blake Snell needs to be on the Angels, a team that nobody thinks about, that nobody talks about, because he can't handle pressure. And believe it or not, Giants fans are kind of rabid. Okay, we may not realize nobody talks about it. Giants fans are kind of rabid. Yo, that's the Bay. All right, don't mess around in the Bay. So Blake Snell, you need to go ahead and opt out of your deal or whatever you got to do. Giants need to be sellers. The Cardinals need to fire Ali Marmol finally. Okay, they finally need to fire him because look at the young talent on that team. Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker. You still got Arenado. You still got Paul Goldschmidt. I'm sorry, what are you doing? The hell is going on out here? It's the manager. They hate him. Tyler O'Neill's a bum according to Ali Marmol, not according to Boston. He's part of the reason that Boston Red Sox will probably make the damn playoffs. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, Boston, buyer. If you really want to, and I hate the Red Sox, let's be clear about that, but you don't screw your fan base over, okay? That fan base is stuck with you through this nonsense of y'all buying English Premier League teams and everything else, but you can't spend money on the damn Red Sox. Miss me with that, man. But yeah, it's the Cubs. I am not sure what the hell the Cubs are doing. I'm really not. I don't think the Cubs know what to do right now because they're in that dangerous middle ground of maybe we could if you squint. And the Mets better not be sellers. They better not be sellers. You better go get Camilo Doval from San Francisco. You better go get you some damn relievers because you have a team that is playing together that likes each other. A lot to be said for that.
And a good manager too, CK. Good
manager.
Yeah, it's funny.
He just needed time.
It's funny you mentioned the Mets not being sellers because a month ago we was talking about blow the whole damn thing up. You know what I'm saying? It was so. I mean, but the thing is, I mean, C is right, man. C's right. I think at this point, the Mets need to figure out what they could potentially do to get themselves back in the thick of things.
Pitching.
I mean, obviously, pitching it's a big issue. That's the Yankees' problem right now, but I'm not talking about the Yankees right now.
It's worse with the Mets. It's worse with the Mets. They got right now. Yeah, like the Mets need bullpen arms. They need a solid starter. They probably need two solid starters, to be honest with you. So Chandler's right. I don't think they should be sellers. I think they need to buy carefully this year and then go fishing in the offseason. Yeah. So get one arm in the deadline, and then the offseason you got to go in because I think you got the team that can win. I would probably trade McNeil if I can get something for him. I think he's kind of run his course with the Mets. I think he's still a good player. I just don't think I think he needs to change the scenery. I just don't think that guy. So if I can trade him for maybe an arm, I would do that. I would try to keep my farm intact. Try to get one arm, and then in the offseason, I'd go to work. That's what I would do.
Yep.
But so I mean, since you're talking, what you would do, man, talk to me, villain. I mean, if you want to talk Yankees, so be it. We can go back and forth on that if you want. But we're at the halfway point now. There's some moves that need to be made to put some teams over the hump. This AL East is getting interesting by the second. I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays are only 9.5 out. 14 out right now. But, anything can happen. Yankees just lost a bazillion games out of the last few. Thanks to Larry for pointing that out to me. I'm gonna punch you in the right, hate your guts.
The Orioles are losing too. I mean, like that's the only saving grace. The Orioles haven't been setting the world on fire either.
Yeah.
True statement. But I save my comments for last. But Villain, talk to me, my man. What needs to happen to a couple of these teams that you're looking at as the second kicks off on Friday?
I think the Orioles need to be a buyer. I think because they have a lot of farm system depth that they can just sell off who they want to get that one piece that they can make a big splash and they can really try to distance themselves from the Yankees and from the rest of the AL. So I think they're big buyers. I tell you who's the desperate buyer, the Dodgers. Even with all that salary, they aren't playing really well. They had a cushion just like the Yankees, right? Early in the season, they stockpiled some wins. They're not playing good baseball. They desperately need to buy. Like I look at them as a team that desperately needs to buy. The Yankees, obviously, I think they're buyers, right? I think this is the 1 year, like Houston's a little down. The West, isn't it? I think the Mariners are good, but I don't think they're as good as they've been in the last year or two, right? So in the AL Central, I mean, I don't really believe in the Guardians like that. I think they can play, but the Yankees swept them, right? I don't think the Guardians are as good as advertised or as their record says. So I think the AL East is where you're going to get the pennant winner, and it could very well be the Orioles. So the Yankees need to do whatever they need to do. They need a bat, and they need bats. I need to not see Clay Holmes ever again. Yes. I like I said it in the chat, bro. I said it and you guys laughed, but I was dead ass serious. He's the worst best closer in the league. Like he out of the best closers, if there's a group of like 5 closers that are top 5, he's number 5. He's like the worst best closer in the league. Like he gives me I've been having panic attacks. He makes me go insane, this guy, right? So he's one guy. They need bullpen depth. They need another, probably one more starter, because the guys are starting to falter, like Rodon's kind of come back down to earth. I think, Stroman has been a little shaky. Nestor hasn't really regained his form. Heal is that guy, but he's going to be on the pitch count pretty soon. He's not going to be able to go the whole distance and into the playoffs. So you need another arm to kind of replace that guy until Schmidt gets back. So that's why I think the Yankees need another pitcher. But if they had to pick, bats. They need bats. They Judge, Soto, and everybody else. Say it again.
They need a second baseman, they need a third baseman, and they need a first baseman.
Yeah, so they need an infield. They need a whole goddamn infield. Facts, right? They need a whole infield. So I think they're biased for sure. I don't think the Phillies and Brewers are buyers, but I think the Phillies have to watch what the Braves do and watch what the Dodgers do, and they have to react, right? I think they're the best team in the NL right now, but they can't just stay pat and rest on their laurels right now. I think they have to watch the market, add a bullpen piece, right? That one piece that nobody's thinking about. You're not going to make the big splash and raid Oakland, right? They're not going to do that. But I think if there's a piece out there, and Chandler knows the pieces that are out there, the relievers, right? If there's that one piece that nobody's talking about that they can add, do that. And the same with the Brewers. I think the Brewers can take that division. I don't know if they can leapfrog the Phillies and possibly the Dodgers, but I think they need to make a move. I feel like they need a little bit of help on I think they could use a bat. And Chandler, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they could use a bat, but I think they got it. They can't stay pat. They have to do something. Not to take the division, but to catch up with the Joneses. Catch up.
They need a right-handed bat. That's the thing that you're left-handed. They need a right-handed bat.
Exactly. So I think that's the teams that definitely should be buyers. I agree with Ong. Boston can sneak into the wild card. They need pitching. Yeah, they desperately need pitching. That's their biggest hole. You get past their couple of starters, they got nothing. So, and we said it before. Alex Cora is a phenomenal coach. If they don't do anything, sign that guy. if they don't do anything at the deadline, sign that guy.
Yeah, I can respect it. Larry, man, talk to me, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You kind of heard what's been thrown around here. I mean, obviously,
the crazy part about that is the Red Sox traded Chris Sale, and that dude's about to win a freaking Cy Young.
He's about to win Cy Young. Yeah. He's not Cy Young.
Would you have trusted him, LG? Would you have trusted him 2 years ago?
Yeah. No, he kept getting hurt. Yeah. But think about it. They need pitching. And they traded away Chris Sale, who's about to go win the Cy Young. Yeah. The irony. But, it's crazy. But, I'm like this, y'all. So, the thing that's shocking me the worst, the 3 teams that I thought that was gonna be like running away with things, the Orioles, the Yankees, the Dodgers are all struggling.
Yes.
The Yankees are like damn near in epic collapse mode right now. Like it is
also break couldn't come soon enough, LG.
Look, hey, we all know things are gonna be way different in about a week, because you know how MLB GMs are. They like, you know what, trade, yes, okay, cool, trade. We know it's gonna be some guys that they gonna call up that's gonna, shake up some lineups here and there. Mm-hmm. This is about the time when you start bringing up, some of those prospects. But I thought those 3 teams were kind of gonna run away, and then everybody else just kind of fighting for whatever's left. But yeah, it's amazing that you can't put too much stock in some of these teams, because you just never know. And like I said, I may talk crap, and I said, I wanted to see what's going to happen with the Yankees, but I didn't predict them being this bad the last month and a half. And Aaron's not gonna like what I'm gonna say is, we all said don't put Cole back, and if you notice, ever since Cole been back, they've been stinking.
But he hasn't pitched bad. He's
because he wasn't ready to come back, and
I'm not saying he's the
no, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Cole's ERA right now is 5.
Yeah.
It's 5, almost 5.4. You can't sit there. No.
Is that bad? I don't know much about baseball. Is that bad?
You cannot sit there and tell me it's Cole's come back and it's
no, I'm saying that's where it started. That's where it started. When he came back is where it started at.
And it was a confluence of events where Stanton got hurt and the lineup went to crap, because as much crap as people give Stanton, his presence in the lineup relaxes everybody because he's the big stick. You talk about Judge Soto all you want. Stanton is the presence that allows these other guys to do what they want, and he was getting more RBIs than home runs. He went out, offense with the crap, and now they say, "Hey, pitchers, win 2-1 ball games."
Not gonna happen.
Nobody can win a 2-1 ball game.
Not gonna happen.
You're missing a left-handed bat in Rizzo, even though that he wasn't hitting very well. He was starting to kind of get a little bit going before he got hurt, and then Stanton lengthens the lineup. Those are 2 bats that make a 9-man deep lineup like 5 or 6.
Okay, so you know what? I gotta get off of these. I gotta get off of these Yankees, man.
Yeah,
you love it. You love
hey, I got the mic right now. So look, I gotta say it, y'all. Man, the Astros have been hotter than fish grease. Yeah, we dropped 2 out of 3 to the Rangers. Rangers getting a little bit healthier, but the Astros are looking like the Astros. Hunter Brown, oh my God, what did they do to that dude? Hunter Brown is over here looking like Justin Verlander from 3 years ago.
Young Diesel,
yeah. Like, I know you guys are Yankees fans and y'all don't hate to see the Astros doing good, but Hunter Brown Hunter Brown has been amazing. Rondell's been doing Rondell things, and I know Steve don't like what I'm gonna say, but they've actually been playing better without Tucker.
Well,
they've been playing better without Tucker.
If they're not playing well, I need to ask.
I waited for you to say that.
I can't hate your team if your team's not playing well. There's no rivalry if both teams suck. There's no rivalry if one team.
They playing good. They playing good.
Be good.
They playing good. We're only a game back out of the division. We gonna get that from Seattle. So we'll be division winners.
Y'all need pitching because y'all keep losing pitchers, man.
Dana Brown. Well, Verlander may be back. Garcia may be back soon. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with them two. Brown has already said he's looking at pitchers, and Aaron don't want to hear this, but he wants that first baseman. And if Guerrero, if they pull that trade some kind of way, and they said Guerrero or Pete Alonso, y'all in trouble. That whole AL is in trouble.
They should have been got Guerrero though. Why haven't they already gone after him?
Well, he it's political now. They trying to make it seem like he didn't want to be traded. He finally put in the request that he's open to it. You can't trade the face of your franchise like that without bad PR unless you're the Giants. You can only do that if you're the New York Giants. But so now they talked him into saying
we didn't trade him. We didn't trade him.
You didn't even make the man an offer.
Shut up. I don't care. I ain't talking to you.
Let the door and hit you with a good loss.
You my popcorn.
They didn't even get that man a kiss on the cheek, man. Just hey, here you go, man. But
no, they talked to him. They said, "Listen, man, if you find something, we'll He didn't pick up.
We'll get there. We'll get there
in a second.
But baseball wise, Guerrero, he finally said he's open to be traded, and we in the market. Hopefully, we can make some things happen. The bad thing is that the Astros farm system ain't what it used to be, so we got to try to finagle some things. But if Singleton been playing good, but if they can shore up that first baseman and get some more power in that lineup, they're already leading the league in hitting. So you get somebody who can drive in the runs. That was my thing with Tucker. Tucker lead the league in home runs, but he's out of the top 15 in hitting and running in scoring position. We can get guys to make those, because if you watch any of the Astros games, we'll be up 4-2 when we really need to go up 5-2, and we leaving guys on base. Yeah. The Astros doing that last year, leaving guys on base. Like we could have won a lot more games last year, but we kept leaving guys on base. If we can get somebody to push those leads up, take a little bit more pressure off our starters. The bullpen has actually came around too. The only person that making me get some gray hairs over here is Montero. Steve, why you looking like that? We both said Montero. Yeah, he had you over here on pins and needles over here.
He's awful.
Don't trust Hader in the postseason. I'm telling y'all now. Don't trust him in the postseason.
Well, I don't trust Hader now.
The thing about it is, if the luxury we have is if Hader's struggling, put in Preston. Let somebody else close. Let Abreu close a couple of games. That's the luxury that we have. So they've been coming around. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I think the AL is getting way tighter than the NL. The NL, like I said, the Dodgers have been struggling, but I thought the Braves was gonna be buyer after Ozuna went down, and they've been just kind of riding the wave. Mm-hmm. Really, I think them two, they in for a fight for that division. But we'll see what's gonna happen. I think that to be honest with you, we talked about some people being some buyers and sellers. I think that this year is so open. We're going to see some trades that's going to be like, wow, we did not see that coming. And there's going to be some teams that we looking at the top, and they not comfortable being at the top. And they're like, you know what? We need that one more move to push us over the top. I think we're going to see something like that. And I would be surprised if you don't see, some people that we didn't think being moved. I think Guerrero's going to be moved. I thought, Pete Alonso's going to be moved. I think, hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Walker get moved. I think that it's going to be some shockers this year. I honestly do.
You know what? It's funny because I tend not to pay attention to trade deadlines and stuff like that in baseball until about now. I've kind of been all invested in what's been potentially going on. Oh, what a throw. I've been kind of invested in what's been going on. And I actually agree with you, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of moves that I think is going to be made.
Baseball GMs do not hesitate on pulling triggers.
Right, they don't.
At all.
They really don't. And I think, what?
And they don't. Hey, we made the Soto trade. He made the Soto trade.
He had no choice.
He had no choice to do that, though. He's right. Chandler's right. He had no choice but to make the Soto trade.
Yeah,
my thing is, why is he not signed currently?
Because Scott Boras.
Oh yeah,
Scott Boras.
He gonna hold out for every nickel and dime.
Yep.
Get that man signed. You know what I'm saying? I think again, y'all know I'm a Yankee fan. I don't want us to do anything but bring in pitching. I need pitching. I've said it.
Pitching out there to get unless you're willing to mortgage your farm system.
I've said it from the get-go. I mean, you go get Chris Bassett from the Blue Jays.
I wanted him as a free agent.
But then I don't think the Yankees. I'm being honest with you. I don't think the Yankees really going to do that because remember they don't want to go into that second luxury tax,
which goes back to Hal Steinbrenner and that nonsense.
Once
they don't
again,
want to do it.
We need pitching. Barry, how many times this offseason did I say we need pitching? I've been on this network
every damn day. Every day.
When we was on the other network, we need pitching. I didn't care that we jumped out to a 40 million, game league in the division.
Need some peak pitching. You need to go shop at Marshall's or Burlington or something for pitching.
You know what? Bring back CC Sabathia. Resurrect his. I don't care. Like I'm joking.
Bargain pitching.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we need pitching. As a Yankee fan, now I'm gonna get off the Yankees because again, I'm trying to keep my language good today. I'm trying. I'm curious to see what the Dodgers do. I'm very curious to see what the Astros do just from a competitive standpoint. Talking with you gentlemen on a regular basis, man, it's kind of made me pay attention a little bit. Just so I can laugh. I look forward to laughing at y'all man today. It's fun for me. But other than that, man, I live here in the Metro DC area. So I'm curious to see what the Nationals do. Been to several of their games. I do think that I do think they're going to position themselves to kind of make some moves, like you said, from next year. Boston also is another team that I think are going to be buyers. Obviously, the Baltimore Orioles are going to be buyers. Here's my thing. I'm from Pittsburgh, clearly. You know what I'm saying? I'm impressed with what they've done up to this point. Mm-hmm. Now, are the Pirates going to do the pirate thing and then watch the bottom fall out?
Yes.
Right here.
Yes,
correct. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Because the ownership sucks. And right now, the Pirates could add, because they have more than enough minor league talent without mortgaging their farm system to add a Chris Bassett. They could add a Andrew Vaughn. Mm-hmm. They could add a Brent Rooker. Uh-huh. Okay. They could even, if they really wanted to, go get Mason Miller. Okay. Basically, just go raid the damn Athletics right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And they would, and I could see Pittsburgh making a wild card. But they won't do it. And I don't understand why.
Because Pittsburgh has to have a budget that's right above the A's.
Apparently.
Yeah, they have to spend one more dollar than the A's.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a conversation with a guy at John Eagle this weekend. Again, I was back home this weekend. And he said this exact same thing. He said, I don't understand why the Pirates do not make moves to get themselves in position. I was like, bro, you're at the 500 mark right now. He goes, bro, you're from here. You understand it. The bottom's going to fall out.
Mm-hmm.
The same reason, Aaron, I'm going to say
it's not fair.
The same reason why every time they have literally nobody on their payroll and then the Yankees will come in and offer somebody $200 million, they can easily match it, but they won't.
They won't. And it's a shame because that's a baseball town. Like, it's really a football town, right? But the Pirates fans are loyal. That's a loyal fan base, and when they're winning, it's a fun place to be. And
yeah.
It's a damn shame that team gets disrespected.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I live here, so I mean, I know too. I mean,
but exactly, you understand. Like, it's a football town, right? Steelers are everything, right? But when the baseball team is winning, that they support that fan base comes out. And
they support them regardless of whether they're winning. Bro.
And that's part of the reason why nothing won't do anything. PNC is a jewel. It's a baseball palace.
It's one place I want to go. It's one of the ballparks I want to get to.
And as long and that's what Nutton has in his back pocket. He has this beautiful, gorgeous stadium that people want to come to. And it's like whether the Pirates win or lose, people are gonna come to the stadium because it's a draw. And it's just it's sad because I was here for the good times. It's just when the Pirates are good, man, this city, there's a buzz in this city when the Pirates are good. It's like the Steelers, and it's funny because like being an outsider living in Pittsburgh, it's like they expect the Steelers to be good. You expect the Penguins to be good,
right?
You know, but man, when the Pirates are good, it's something special.
Celebrate good times.
You know,
come on.
You know when the Pirates are good, things are just it's a buzz in the city that it's hard to describe. You know, when the Pirates are good. Since I have the floor, I'm gonna speed run through this real quick since y'all spent so much time talking about the Yankees and the like.
You love the Yankees.
I do. I really do love the Yankees. I really do. Speaking of the Yankees, I don't know. It's like maybe as an outsider, it's just like I feel like the cream always rises to the top. I feel like the Yankees will be fine. I feel like it's a 162 game season, you know, and it's like teams have ebbs and flows. And boy, the Yankees really needed this All-Star break. They did, you know. So they need to kind of sit back and kind of recalibrate some things, and then like kind of get a clear head coming into the second half of the season. The Yankees are a team that really needed this All-Star break. A team in their division, the Orioles, needed it too. The Blue Jays, I agree with Chandler. Drop a nuke on Rogers Center. You know, just blow it up. Like it's ridiculous what's going on. But before they blow it up, saying Vladimir to Houston. But before, so do that, then drop it. I just want to say two words. Chicago baseball.
Awful.
The North Side, and it's funny because like the Cubs are like, well, at least we're not the White Sox, you know. and man, like I mean, like, but see, the Cubs, as bad as the Cubs have been, as disappointing as the Cubs have been, I went into the season with very high hopes for the Cubs.
Yeah.
The beauty of this third wild card, the Cubs are still in it.
Yes.
The Cubs are still mathematically in it. This NL wild card race is going to be something, guys. It is just there's all these teams. There's about 5 or 6 teams that would within 3 games of each other. The Pirates, you know, the Mets. You got all these teams are all kind of bunched up together. And I'm interested to see what these teams, because like I said, the beauty of this third wild card has these teams who would probably be sellers. Maybe just maybe. These teams are buyers, you know. So I love, like I talk to my uncle all the time. He's old school. He hates the wild card in general. You know, he's like I'm an old school guy. He's like, you know, you win the pennant, you go. You know, he don't like the wild. He's never liked the wild card ever. You know, me and him have been battling about the wild card for years, and it's just like whatever. But I think the Phillies are the team to beat in the NL. And I agree with Villain that I agree, but then I kind of disagree. I think they should be proactive and not reactive. It's like, no. Let's not wait for the Braves to do something and then try to do something. Let's not wait for the Dodgers to kind of get up off the mat. It's like we need to go out and get something. You know, and we talked about like Chris Sale. Man, Ranger Suarez has been fantastic.
Yes, he has.
Ranger Suarez has been amazing. You know. He has a legit shot to get the NL Cy Young too. If he gets the way he's pitching, like Suarez has been amazing. Bryce Harper playing a hell of a first base, and playing a hell of a first base. We know he's a generational hitter. He has been very good at first base. Yeah. You know, so it's like picked it up very quick. But this is a guy who, like, he's just an athlete playing baseball. It's like he started out as catcher and he moves to the outfield, and it's just easy for him. It's like baseball is just something he's just gifted at. And moving to the division which my team resides, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the Houston Astros have found a way to climb from the basement to only 1 game behind the mighty Mariners at the All-Star break.
No.
The scrappy underdog Astros have put themselves up by their bootstraps and have managed to be in it. You know, I don't know if they're going to be buyers or sellers, you know, because, you know,
we buy you. Brown already said we buy you.
You have a small bullshit. You have a small market team like the Houston Astros. You know, like you just wonder if they can compete financially with the bigger teams.
How the hell y'all a small market team? Y'all in the third coast. Get the hell out of here.
We are a small market. We are a small market.
It's like it's like just a scrappy little underdog team that plays in the fourth largest city in America.
Exactly.
Exactly that part. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
Steve, I do have a question for you though. Seriously. Now I said this. I think it was. I don't remember when I said it. I know I said it. I don't remember how long ago it was. Y'all know about Jeremy Pena, because y'all have other good shortstop prospects in your system. I still believe that y'all could move Pena for a haul and still make the playoffs.
See, here's the thing, and then I know Larry might echo this. It's like, for one thing, Pena's too big. All he do is just lift weights and eat and like drink protein shakes, and he's so big. And it's like
so he got an IV of protein shakes.
Yeah. It's like he's just so big, and it's just like so like this crazy, and it's like it hasn't affected his it hasn't affected his range defensively, but I feel like it's affected his swing.
Yeah,
because it's like he can't get the bat around as quick as he used to because he's so damn big. Yeah. And I feel like you know what, it's hot as hell in Houston. It's like go outside, like run around for like 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Larry will tell you. Like 5 minutes.
3 minutes.
Like 5 minutes. Just run for 5 minutes.
I heard it's like 100-something degrees down there.
Yeah, like slim and people still in the damn dark. But that's another point for
I went to the game on Saturday and I walked like 2 blocks and I was like drenched in sweat.
Yeah. So, but see, here's my thing, Chandler. I think Alex Bregman days as an Astro are coming to an end.
Yes.
Okay. At least you can admit that.
Yeah. And that's the guy who I think they should be like, all right, let's see what we can get for Bregman.
Unless he take a huge pay cut. Unless he take a huge pay cut.
But
I don't think that you think they want to sign him, you guys?
No, they don't want to. Not for the money he wants. Not for the money he wants.
Okay. Not for what he wants. It's like if he want to come back and give him a hometown discount, yeah. But like I said, like Pena, I think you keep the young guy. You keep him. Like I said, he needs to go outside for a little bit and slim down because I think he's gotten too big.
Yeah, dude, he's huge, man.
Yeah, he's humongous, and it's like I don't know what's going on, but it's like he needs to he needs to slim it down a little bit. But Bregman is the guy who I think they move. It's like I think, and this is just me saying this, and it's like I don't have any inside intel or whatever like that. But I think of the Astros make a move, I wouldn't be shocked if Bregman is in any package that the Astros send out to somebody. Okay. Because the Astros farm is not great. It's not.
No. That's why I was thinking Pena, because he's you can replenish your farm system just with him alone.
Yeah. But what's funny is if you have, and of course they wouldn't do it with an AL team, but if you have an NL team who is looking to just take a shot on a rental, like, look, we got him for half a season. Let's get him in here. He's been there, done that. Like, I can see a team. I don't know who, but I can see a team saying like, okay, yeah, we'll take a couple of prospects, couple low-level prospects. Bregman is the key piece of this deal. We got him for 3 months or 4 months, whatever like that. Let's go at it. But like, other than that, I feel like this second half is going to be great. I mean, again, we all love sports here. We all love baseball. Something I want to mention too, on the AL side of things. Of course, I have my Detroit fam. What up though? 313. Man, Schoolball, however you say his name, for the Tigers. Mm-hmm. He's been. I don't know what the Tigers are doing. Like AJ Hinch, I like AJ Hinch, but I have no idea what the Tigers are doing because again, you talk about a team that like you talk about they're the Cardinals of the AL. They have all this young talent. I don't know what they're doing in Detroit. It's like you look at these players individually, and it's like, why are they not better?
Dude, they ruined Spencer Torkelson. They ruined that kid.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know what's going on in Detroit with that baseball team. Like I said, it's crazy. But like this, like the NL wild card is something that I think that's the thing I'm locking in on outside of the Astros, of course. I think the NL wild card because there's just such a log jam. And this first 2 weeks out on the other side of the All-Star break is going to be very important to see who's real, who's fake, and who's going to like really make a run at this like wild card in the NL. So I can't wait.
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. Before we get out of here,
Steve, you know what I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not even being funny, dude. I'm honestly, by the way that they've been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Bregman gets moved, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tucker get moved because his contract coming up too.
You stay wanting Tucker to be traded.
Yeah, my man wants Tucker to
be. We
be.
get a lot. We get a lot of Tucker.
Okay,
so let me just wait. Let me break this down to y'all. So Pena, I get what you're saying, Chandler, but that's like trading Judge. People in Houston love Pena.
Okay.
Just like Altuve.
Yeah, people
they
love
that guy.
Okay.
No matter how big he gets, no matter if he's struggling, they absolutely love him, and he's young. So it would be a PR nightmare for them to trade him.
Oh, okay.
Tucker is loved in Houston, but his contract is coming up. Same with Bregman, and people know it came down to you keep Altuve or Bregman. Altuve is a god here.
Yeah,
Bregman is loved, so people understood they were gonna pay Altuve and sacrifice Bregman.
Okay,
but it's kind of like you have your favorite, and then you have your other who you fond of, but your favorite gotta stay. Your favorite gotta stay, and people love. That's like trading Verlander. When Verlander, they were haggling over a couple of $1 million with him, and he went to the Mets. People were literally in an uproar in Houston because they did not want to see Verlander go nowhere.
I am people. Yeah, I am people.
And they pressured they pressured the Astros into it so bad that they had to bring him back. And I don't think that they would do that again. I don't think that's why I think
honestly a bad move because I think Verlander got his wad last year. I think he shot his wad last year. I hate putting it like that, but I think you now get the Verlander that we thought we were going to see 3 years ago, which is a 4th, 5th starter.
Yeah, I mean, he's 20-some years in the league. Yeah, he's at the end of the road. You don't know when Father Time's going to kick in. I think Father Time is kicking in. You could get some flashes from him, but you're not getting 20-something game winner no more from Verlander.
No.
That's why we should have just paid him instead of giving up prospects to get him back. We should just
which was so stupid. But they did that to try to push all their chips into the table and go for it. And never mind.
Yeah. So
it's like it was right. It was right there for him. The World Series was right there on a damn platter for him, and they couldn't drive home any runs. They left 87 guys on base in games.
Yep.
Bro,
that's what I was saying.
I know how you feel because I done seen it for the past 10 years with the damn Yankees. Is they got a bunch of guys trying to hit home runs that can't nobody get a single through the
hit a single,
dude. But the part that pisses me off, like the last 3 years, we lead in the league in hitting. Get a single, get a double, something. You got 3 men on base.
Launch angle.
It gets the man home from second, regardless. It don't matter if you just hit a single, and it's like you don't have to hit it to Dallas. Just hit us.
Anyway, before we get out of here, gentlemen, training camp is upon us, man. The NFL is back. I wanted to touch on a couple of different things before we get out of here, man. For starters, I've been very, 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 very intrigued watching HBO, man, with the New York Football Giants. Clearly, there's been a disturbance amongst the group here.
It's a disturbance in the force.
There's been a disturbance in the force here. And what we got a Giants fan in the building. So I'm actually going to let him bat lead off here.
Yes, you are, because y'all fabricating and lying about my team. So I'm going to lead off. I don't care.
First and foremost, have you enjoyed the series? Have you enjoyed watching the Giants, Barry?
I didn't know if I would enjoy it, but I actually am enjoying it. HBO and NFL films do a great job with Hard Knocks, and it's another element of looking inside not giving you the full detail, right? But pulling the curtain behind what goes on with these teams. You see it in training camp, which was a success. In season's pretty damn good, and now the off season. And I didn't think the Giants had an eventful off season, but watching how they do the production on HBO, it's like, wow, this is actually pretty good, right? I wish I was watching it right now instead of talking to you jokers because you get
wow, really? Wow.
No, because y'all watched it. Don't sit here and act like Joe Shane didn't say what he said. He said what he said. He said
yeah.
He's like, listen, I don't know what your value is. Go see what you can get on the open market, but give me your word. Give me your word. And what did Barkley say? What did he say? I mean, I already told you where I want to be, so that's what he said. He said it with his chest, right? He said, I told you where you want to be. And next thing you know, he's holding that green piece of fucking filth with a freaking, toilet paper, that green toilet paper called an Eagles jersey. So, I mean, listen, it is what it is, though, right? Like, it's an entertaining show. The Giants wanted him back. They didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to franchise him because they didn't want to. He said it. I didn't want to go through what we went through last year, trying to franchise him down to the wire. They couldn't negotiate a long-term contract. The Giants weren't going to give him $37 million. They had to stand by because they had a lot of other holes to fill other than running back, and it is what it is. So it's an entertaining show, though. I do love it. Now, I can go ahead and try to say the Giants let him go for nothing. They didn't want him back and whatever. All right, fine.
I, for one, am enjoying watching it almost as much as I'm enjoying watching Netflix, The Receiver. I
haven't even watched that yet. Is it good?
It's insane. We'll touch on that here in a minute. Villain that was killed. That was killed. Chandler, talk to me, my guy, man. I'm not sure if you've been watching HBO.
I don't watch documentaries.
You don't?
I don't watch documentaries. I don't care what type they are. I don't like documentaries.
So he's so rigid. Like, come on.
I don't like reality TV.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you sit this one out there.
Reality TV scripted. The Hard Knocks is not.
That's why I don't like it. No, I'm gonna say this though. From what I've seen in the clips I've seen and listening to you guys talk, I don't like Joe Shane. I don't like nothing about it.
You wanted him fired into the sun 2 years ago.
Yes, and I still do because what I keep hearing and seeing, because I watched little excerpts and clips, I keep seeing a guy who's trying to act like Daniel Jones is actually the answer for the New York Giants.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
That's all I hear him saying.
No, because he said it. Like, we have to give this chance. He said we have to give this kid a chance to succeed. We haven't done enough around him to succeed.
Why?
What?
Because
they have no offensive weapons other than Saquon Barkley. They have done nothing around this guy. Do I want Daniel Jones back? Absolutely not. But Joe Shane said it. If this year, he basically said, this year, if he doesn't get it done, we have to look to pivot. That's what he said. That doesn't sound like a guy that's confident in a $40 million quarterback.
Pivot to what? Because you're
going to win. A new quarterback. That's it.
What quarterback? You're going to win just enough games to not have a high draft pick.
It doesn't.
You're not going to have the cap space to sign Dak Prescott.
Trade up.
Trade up with what? You got nothing to trade up with.
With draft picks. What are you talking about? You get 7 every year.
You're not going to sign Dak Prescott. Okay.
Who wants Dak Prescott?
He's better than Daniel Jones. At least he'll get you to the damn playoff. You might not win. Would you like to at least go? Would you like to at least go to the playoffs?
The Giants are not paying.
Sir.
The Giants are paying. The Giants are not going to pay for that.
Excuse me, sir. I'm just asking a question, sir. Would you like to go to the playoffs, sir? Would you?
Ump's back. Chandler's back. He's back.
Unc's being a jerk because he knows I hate Dak Prescott, and he knows I would absolutely puke in my sleep if the Giants signed Dak Prescott to a $60 million contract. Give me a break.
Oh my God, that's comical.
Somebody got to pay it.
I'll trade up for Sir George Sanders. I ain't getting no. To hell with that. To hell with that. I'd rather break the bank on Zach Wilson than bring in Dak Prescott.
Oh wow!
All right.
Yeah, I said it, and I know for a fact Zach Wilson's the worst backup in the league. He's not even the best. He's not even the worst starter. He's the worst backup. He's like, what's that make him? Like the 66 or 60th best quarterback at his position first.
Yeah, him and Bo Nix.
Because I refuse to watch Dak Prescott parade around in a Giants jersey. That's the hate.
See, here's the thing: is like you and I both know that that's a legit possibility. Though that's the crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even want to admit that. That's a legit possibility. He'll turn his camera off.
All right.
He was taking his ball, go home.
I hate you. Immediately. Take that off the screen. I'm walking. Unbelievable. Chandler, I can't believe you put that evil on me.
Dude, I'm just saying. I'm saying, listen, I have to live with Aaron Rodgers. You should have to live with Dak Prescott. All I'm saying.
That's not my problem. I didn't pay for Aaron Rodgers. I didn't do that. The guy don't even want to show up for work.
Yeah, he want to smoke crack in a cave somewhere. It's like it's just funny because it's like you talk about a disturbance in the force, and it's like my man Joe's like, help us, Daniel Jones, you're our only hope.
Wow. Wow.
Honestly, here's the crazy thing, man. Like the Giants don't have some very, very big questions that need answers. And I mean, I've heard rumors, I've seen reports. Bill Belichick may be coming to New York if what's his face don't get it right. And honestly, I mean, you can do worse than Dak Prescott. That's your future right there.
If they fire Daboll, I think the Giants should hire Pete Carroll. Honestly, I think Pete Carroll would be a better fit than Bill Belichick.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, this right here is going to give Barry nightmares, and I'm all for that.
Oh my God, Nick Wright.
Yeah, I had to put Nick Wright in the thing.
Nick Wright just chilling like that's the most offensive thing on this. And it's not even Nick Wright anymore.
That's a more offensive than Dak Prescott. It's Nick Wright.
Like Nick Wright there, and that's an old picture of Nick Wright. You see my man hair down his ass. Man.
Yeah,
like, he got that hair implant. Man, that boy. Like,
he started trying to pretend he was black with the Caesar. So now he decided to go exactly.
Yeah. Anyways,
in a shirt, he looked like a grunge rock, like he was on Nirvana or Green Day or something like that. That's all he needs at this point.
Right.
He's like a bum. What a bum.
Anywho, I guess we're done harassing Barry for now.
Nah, man, we gotta pick with him some more, man, because
talk to me, Larry.
Whatever, Larry. I knew I didn't like you anyway, LG. That's why I would you from my phone.
Man, look, I got some Febreze over here because that shit stink. That's what I'm saying. Look, hey, I need some what they call it, poopery. I need to put some poopery down, man, because dude, hey, the show is actually a good show. I know you don't like watching, but I love watching Hard Knocks, man. The only thing was, man, Barry, do your Giants really sit up here and think that we gonna be like, oh, Daniel Jones hasn't had a chance to succeed, we need to get him more weapons and take away his main weapon?
I think he said it. He said it properly, though. LG, I'm not paying a quarterback $40 million to hand off to a running back.
But Saquon's not just a running back that you hand off to. He was their leading catcher, their leading receiver.
And you let this man go and sign with the division rival.
Dump offs and stuff. That's your problem.
Okay, so
I love Saquon. I wanted him back.
You know what? Sometimes, man, you start making.
If your running back is your leading receiver, you got a problem. Sometimes you got a league full of receivers that can get it done.
Barry,
your best receiver is your running back. I think that's a problem.
Okay, Barry. So you know what? I tell you, man, when you're a sports fan, you don't just watch your own team. So I'm going to tell you some shit about your team. First of all, any quarterback, their safety net is always going to be their running back or their tight end. And when you got a quarterback who's struggling like that,
now you're leading receiver.
Let me tell you how bad this shit stink. The Giants actually invested more into their defense to keep them in fucking games because they know that dude sucks. They traded for Brian Burns. They've drafted on that defense because they know that Daniel Jones is not the answer, but they gave him that money. And anybody has been watching for the past 10 years, we all know the price of a running back is not the same. You can get a running back cheap. You can get a running back dirt cheap nowadays. And for them to not even, they was like, even that phone call, you could even hear Saquon on the other line. He was like, y'all just gonna do me like this? Like, yeah, y'all just gonna let me walk? Go see what you can find. And if you can't find nothing, then come back to us and we can see what we could possibly give you. And they just basically
he didn't say y'all gonna do me like that.
You can tell his voice.
It felt that way though.
It did not. They didn't want to pay him his market rate, and he said, "If I give him if I offer him $12 million, and another team comes at 13, he's gonna feel some type of way and take that deal." In spite,
but it's Saquon. You offer him the 12. You offer him the 12. You don't just tell him go ahead and walk.
You let this man walk to your division rival,
and don't even make him an offer.
He didn't give them the chance. He asked them.
No, he told him we're not gonna even offer you. He said, we're not going to even offer you. We don't want to do the franchise thing again. We don't want to do the back and forth.
You take his name off of it. A running back with 2 major injuries at 27 years old that had a ton of carries in college. Are you paying him a 4 or 5 year deal?
If his name is Saquon Barkley.
If his name is Saquon Barkley.
I said take his name off of it. You paying a running back into the 30.
Take his name off of it. You got to put his name.
That's what I'm telling. But take his name off of it. But keep the injuries. A full ACL.
You can't do that in this situation, dog.
Yes, you can, because he's still a dynamic running back that at the end of his contract will be in his 30s. Are you
like taking Adrian Peterson name off the back of his jersey after he came off of ACL?
That's one running back, Larry. Come on, one running back.
Dude, man, you do not do that to Saquon. And that conversation came across like Saquon. Here's the door.
You know what? Well, we'll see where the conversation went after today.
But they know Daniel Jones is trash. That's why you build your defense up. That's why you try to get him some more linemen, because you know he's trash. You know overpaid him.
But Larry, they were stuck with him.
No, they wasn't. They could have let him walk. They could have let him walk, but he had a good season when they went to the playoffs. Everybody knew that they looked up on that season. Everybody knew
exactly.
They wanted
They didn't draft him.
They wanted to fight him. They could have let him walk and got him.
Didn't draft him, and that wasn't Daboll's pick. That wasn't his quarterback.
Dude, I'm gonna just be.
They were stuck with him from the start.
I'm just telling you about your team, dude. They could have let him walk. The same reason why the Cowboys won't let Dak walk. They know they don't have no other option. Pay Dak, or we back to square one. The Giants could have let Daniel Jones walk, and they could have been drafting JJ or somebody this year. They could have let him walk. They overpaid him, and they know they made a mistake paying him. So now they're trying to save face.
They have to save face because you're already paying him. The contract is written out. They got to pay him for one more year.
Double down on a poor decision.
No, you're right.
How are they doubling down on a poor decision, Chandler?
Because the first thing, drafting him was a mistake. Everybody knew that. Okay, yeah,
I did too.
Then they're tripling down on it. You doubled down on it when you gave him. You didn't have to give him $40 million.
No,
that's the thing. They did not have to give him $40 million. They could have gave him 25. No one else was going to pay him. So he was either going to take that, or he was going to go be a backup somewhere for $5 million. He would have took the 25, because then if they had gave him the 25, now you could have moved on from him already. So this was, and this isn't Joe Shane. This is the Giants organization tripling down now, on a poor decision, because now you say, well, we're going to give him one more shot. One more shot to do what? To be a middling quarterback?
But here's the deal, and I agree with you that they didn't have to give him 4 years, 160, but you guys are forgetting that the Giants, in all their fairness, wanted to sign Saquon and franchise Daniel Jones.
So but they didn't reverse.
They couldn't get the deal done with Saquon. It was down to the 11th hour when the franchise tag had to be used.
But it was over like $2 million. What the hell is $2 million for Saquon?
Larry, they had to franchise one of them.
But they were literally hacking over $2 million. They
couldn't get the deal done with Saquon, so they had to.
It was like $2 million.
Say that again, Chandler?
You still should have franchised Daniel Jones because at that point
you couldn't franchise both of them. You only could franchise one.
No, you could do a transition on. They could have did a transition
if you
on
franchise Daniel Jones and then you lost Saquon Barkley, where would you be now?
No, but they could have franchised Saquon
and did a transition. That was the market that Dalvin Cook was available, and Dalvin Cook would have been a good substitute for Saquon at that particular time.
But then you would have had to pay him money. You had to pay him.
No, he was okay, but you could have got Dalvin Cook. He would have came in on a contract. He already had a contract. You could have
coming off Minnesota.
Yes, which means that he needed to prove. He was willing to prove it, so he would have took a little less on a prove it deal because he wanted to play. What I'm saying is they had options that they didn't explore. Is what I'm saying, and I'm talking about the organization. I'm not saying Joe Shane. I'm saying the organization made mistakes, and at this point now. They're trying to save face instead of trying to do what's right by the franchise. We're saying, you know what? Listen, that money is already spent. He's gonna get that money no matter what. Okay.
Which one?
Daniel Jones. That money's spent. So at this point,
he's only gonna get about 70, 80 million.
So you cut bait, or you bring in an actual quarterback and say, damn, you're gonna be the backup. If you win the job, you win the job, bro. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're gonna sit there because we gotta pay you no matter what.
Right, but like I just look at it like they had to franchise one of them. They couldn't get the deal done.
Well, even if you didn't,
Barkley, they just came off a playoff win. They had to get the quarterback.
Bro.
They wanted them both back, and they
bring in that's when you bring in that stop-go quarterback like a Gardner Minshew or somebody and say, hey, we're gonna draft a quarterback next year. And you reset, and you get to the point where you back on a rookie quarterback contract, and now you can build around all these other positions. But you don't pay Daniel Jones.
Let's say that now, though, Larry, because you go take yourself back in time. He finally. You thought at that point he finally put it together. He let him.
Okay, no. Villain. We gonna go there.
Villain. You and I both know that we had conversations about this very thing.
Sure.
When you guys signed the deal, we told you that this was a bad move then. So we can't fast forward now and be like, well, hindsight is 2020. We told you that.
No. Okay. All right. All right. Listen. I'm not going to argue with that because you're exactly right. You guys did say that, but what I'm telling you is, if you're in management and actually paying the contracts, at that point you assumed that Daniel Jones was on the way up, not on the way back down to the shitter where he is now.
Okay, Barry. So let me ask you a question, dude.
And who was
any given point from the time he was drafted, then the time they made the playoffs 2 years ago? Did you look at Daniel Jones and say this is a franchise quarterback? Ever? If you don't
only after a playoff win.
No, not even doing that. Not even doing that season.
You're asking me a question and I answered it.
But I'm saying anybody named
Larry, would have looked at Daniel Jones. You asked me a question and I answered it. After a playoff win, Barry Jordan thought that he could be the franchise quarterback.
Well, that's the mistake, right?
You're gonna waste the season of neighbors.
Serious. You're on the other network and getting into fights about who was better, Dak Prescott or Daniel Jones. I said Daniel Jones. Mm-hmm. I ate fucking shit. I ate shit for a whole year losing that argument, and I ate it like a man. So Larry, you asked me a question. Did I think Daniel Jones was a franchise quarterback? I answered it. I said after a playoff win, I thought he could be a franchise quarterback.
Who's the Giants back up this
year? A year later, I'm ready to get rid of him after this year.
I never thought he was a Who's the backup quarterback?
You asked me a question, I answered it. So
I always thought he was a quarterback that he had a good year on a good team and they got a good playoff win, but I never looked at him like that guy to be the man. I never thought he was a guy that you pay him. Okay. And if you had to pay anybody on that team, you pay Saquon and you let him walk and you reset it. Kind of like the Jets. I hate to bring that up, Chandler. Like the Jets, they kept giving Zach Wilson chance after chance after chance, and he was never that guy. He was never that quarterback.
Let me ask you a question though, like because Tony Pollard had a really good year. He didn't get paid. Derrick Henry, he's on a new team.
Yes.
Like,
what
running backs get paid?
He had a decent year.
Yeah, Tony Pollard just got paid. They hit the market when there was a lot of free agents.
Tony Pollard didn't get the money he was worth. He got franchised and he took a pay cut to go to Tennessee.
Carolina.
He got market value. He got market value for Tennessee.
No, he's in Tennessee. You're right. He's in Tennessee.
Yeah,
he's in Tennessee. What's the contract? He didn't get the market value. He got franchised for what, 11 million? He's getting 11 million a year right now.
Yeah, something like that. Just like Bushcott, just like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's getting market too.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Derrick Henry's getting.
Derrick Henry's getting 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Between 10 and 12.
Tony Pollard signed a 3-year, $21 million deal.
But Tony Pollard's not that good.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard's not that good.
I mean, but think about it. He's getting $7 million from a running back market when Derrick Henry's getting 10.
You're not hearing me. Tony Pollard was franchised at $11 million a year. He took a pay cut in Tennessee.
Yes, because he's not that good a running back.
Okay.
But if he's getting about 7 a year and Derrick Henry's getting 10, what's the difference? It's $3 million. That's about the market rate for Tony Pollard.
$3 million is a lot for a running back. We're not talking about quarterbacks.
But I'm just saying, dude, if it came down, and nobody in their right mind would put Tony Pollard on the same level as a Saquon. So if Tony Pollard
he's on the same level, but I'm these are two running backs that got franchised. And Saquon Barkley got his money. Tony Pollard did not get his money.
But Tony Pollard is nowhere near the quality of a running back that Saquon is.
You're using the wrong comp. Yeah.
But if Derrick Henry can get 10, Saquon can get 12. Derrick
Henry's a better comp. Derrick Henry's a better comp.
Yeah,
he took less money. He took a 2-year, $16 million deal. He got
how
less
much was guaranteed?
What I'm trying to tell you is running backs don't get paid. They don't.
No, we all know that. We all agree with that.
So that was a cheaper option. So Saquon still was a cheaper
option. The Giants should have paid a running back.
No, what I'm saying is the Giants never should have paid the quarterback.
They never should have paid him. No.
Well, we all know that now. But I mean,
they're still trying to save face on it.
Who's their backup?
Do you win a championship with a running back or a quarterback?
Depends on offense.
Depends on the defense.
What year it is. Depends on offense and what year it is. Because 2000 Ravens won with a running back.
No, it doesn't. How long ago was that?
Yeah,
but it depends on the year in the offense. Did I not just say year in the offense?
We're in 2024 where the quarterback, you can't breathe on him.
Yeah, but you get your quarterback number as low as you possibly can get it.
The problem is your quarterback can't throw accurate footballs. Let's move on.
I mean, yes, he can to a running back jumping out of the backfield. That's about it.
Let's talk about Brandon Ayuk being traded to the Jets.
Yeah, real quick.
Go ahead.
Actually, I was going to talk about Davante Adams being traded to the Jets.
Davante Adams is not coming to the Jets.
Let's talk about that because based off.
But wait a minute. But why would they not? Why would they talk? Why would they even entertain this? And you got one of the best receivers on your team. You got a brilliant receiver on your team, and you're not even dispelling the fact that you have a top receiver on your team. Like, oh, I would love to play with Davante Adams again. That's disrespectful to Garrett Wilson.
Aaron Rodgers is a clown. Aaron Rodgers is a clown. That's why I hate the guy.
There you go.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's like, that answers your question. It's like, look who we talking about. If we talking about Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
He's a clown.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not showing that how talented Davante Adams is and how, I would love to have him. It's a slap in the face of Garrett Wilson.
Yes, it is. You got Garrett Wilson and you pining for somebody else. Come on, man. This is why I said to y'all 3 years ago I wanted Saleh and Douglas fired. I said it 2 years ago. I said it last year. I'm gonna say it this year every single day.
And this is why the Jets can't have nice things. This is why the Jets cannot have nice things.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Aaron Rodgers is not LeBron James, man.
He's trying to be
trash.
He's trying to be the LeBron James of the NFL, talking about getting this guy back, and Gang Green. And earlier today, there was a report that was brought out that said but Davante Adams is going to be the face of the franchise, and he's not going to be traded, and this, that, and the third. In my opinion, that's a bunch of nonsense because if you watch the receiver series like I'm watching, All of last year, Devontae Adams was frustrated, and his quarterback situation didn't get any better.
Actually, I'm gonna disagree with you.
Got a little better.
He was frustrated with Josh McDaniels' nonsense. Okay, yeah. He has said multiple times or multiple interviews within the past 2 weeks that he loves playing for Antonio Pierce and he don't want to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
He said it out of his own mouth.
Now he just need a quarterback.
Well, they don't have quarterback. The kid Aiden O'Connell is a decent bridge quarterback until Dak becomes a free agent.
No, Gardner's gonna probably start. Gardner's gonna
Minshew's gonna be.
See, my problem, Chandler, is like you're wasting a lot of money and you're wasting a year, maybe 2, on a bridge quarterback with a top.
I think the Raiders gonna make the playoffs this year.
Dude, to be honest with y'all, I think Devontae, his problem is he got sold a wolf ticket. And I don't know if y'all know what a wolf ticket is, but I know Steve know what a wolf ticket is. He got sold a wolf ticket. He went there because Derek Carr's like, yeah, you my buddy. We played together in college. Come on down.
But that's
on him. Run off and take this Saints money. That's his problem.
On him. That's on him because he knew Derek Carr was trash.
But he wanted to play with his buddy, and his buddy sold him a wolf ticket.
I honestly don't think Derek Carr was complete trash. I think.
But he sold him a wolf ticket. He told him, "Come on down and play with me," and he was packing his bags.
Minshew and O'Connell are better as a union, better than Derek Carr. And I'm not saying this to be funny. I think the Raiders have a real shot to make the playoffs. I really do. I look at that defense. I look at the way that team plays. And listen, I'm all in on Antonio Pierce. I've been saying Antonio Pierce.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Okay? I like him a lot.
I think Antonio Pierce can get that team to 10 wins. 10 wins.
And you know what?
They won 7 games last year. Yeah. They won 7 games, and that was how they started with Josh McDaniels' trash ass.
With no talent on that team.
And they won 7 games. They have some talent.
They got a little talent.
Minshew is a good quarterback. If you look at his numbers are comparable to the Daniel Joneses and a couple of guys who got some names. He's got comparable numbers to them.
That's not saying much.
Okay.
I got comparable numbers to Daniel Jones right now.
His numbers are comparable to Trevor Lawrence, bro.
Yeah, he just got to get that gunsling out of Gardner.
But you know, honestly, the best thing that happened to them was losing, because they pulled on a really good coach, and now they had no choice but to bring him back. I think that fan base would have rioted if Antonio Pierce didn't come back as a Raiders coach.
They also got another wolf ticket because they sit back and you know what the projections were. The projections was Michael Penix was going to fall to them, and the Falcons said, no, wait a minute.
No.
Hey, nah. Hey, because that's what the projections were. And if you notice, they pivoted after he came off the board.
Yeah.
But that was another
and drafted another tight end after they drafted one.
Yeah. After they drafted Michael Mayer and all them other dudes. But yeah, I think that's what Devontae problem is. He been sold too many wolf tickets. He was over there like, hey, I come over and play with Derek Carr. No, you're not playing with Derek Carr. Oh, we're gonna get Michael Penix. He's gonna fall in our lap. Oh no, Michael Penix is in Atlanta. Oh yeah, now what do I do?
But now you got Adams and you got Bowers.
And Mayer was coming along pretty good too.
The kid Zamir White, that kid is a really good running back. Yeah. They have a really good defense. They have a really good coach. This all I'm saying to you is this, bro. I'm not saying they're gonna win no division, nothing like that. I think they can get to 9 or 10 wins. 9 or 10 wins should get you in that conversation for a wild card. Sure. All I'm saying.
Yeah, their defense ain't gonna be no joke.
You got a 2-headed tight end monster and a really good receiver on the outside.
Not even that. You signed freaking Wilkins and you put him next to
next to Crosby.
Matt Crosby.
Matt Crosby. Yeah. You're gonna have some headaches on that defensive line.
Yeah.
So
because the Jets ain't gonna be good. The Bills aren't gonna be good. Okay. That's two teams that I think the Raiders gonna go past. Okay, so we know Kansas City's gonna make it. We know Baltimore's gonna make it. Who else? I'm thinking the AFC.
The Texans.
I think the Dolphins will be there.
Who else?
I mean, the Chargers. I mean, what do you think of the Chargers? I mean, they got.
I think the Chargers will win 8-9 games. So the Chargers, I think, are going to be in there too.
I think the Chargers. I think they're a year away. I don't think the
Chargers are going to be there
because
Jim Harbaugh does magic.
They had so much money come off the books. I don't think they have enough.
Yeah, this year maybe not, but it's like they just got so much money tied up. Where it's like Harbaugh will build the foundation this year, and I feel like if the Chargers can win, like I got the Chargers win like 8 or 9 games and and looking a lot better than they did last year. But then I think that the Raiders. I do agree with Chandler. I think the Raiders. They right there. You know what I'm saying? They right there, and that defense is a big. And in that division, where you play Mahomes twice, you have to. You're going to play. Like the rest of the teams. I mean. Who knows what the Broncos are doing? You know what I'm saying?
They get 2 wins right there.
But the AFC is going to be tough because I think the AFC South, I think the Texans are the cream of the crop. I think the Jaguars will bounce back this year.
The Colts, man, I feel like if Rickerson comes back healthy, man, Rickerson, he's forgetting about Anthony, how good Rickerson was.
That's what I'm saying. The Colts are dangerous.
That wakes me up at night. That kid is the real deal. And the coach, like of Anthony Richardson was in that game, that game 17 or that game 18 last. Who knows? Who knows what happens? Because it's like the Colts were cooking before he got hurt. So it's like the AFC South is in pretty like it's tough. It's tough. It's like the Titans are doing what they're doing, and it's like let's see if Will Levis can continue to develop some of that. The AFC South has went from one of like absolute worst division in football to like the AFC South is going to be. They might get 2 teams out of the South.
You're right.
Yeah, I think they will get 2 teams. I honestly think the Texans are going to be they're probably like the 2 or 3 seed. I think they'll be a 2 seed this year. I think the North Sirius's division is going to be tough. I mean, the Browns defense is still going to be there. You still got the Ravens. I think the Steelers will be a little bit better this year. The Bengals are going to be the Bengals. They're going to have hopefully a healthy Burrow back. So I think the Raiders will be in the conversation. I think it's going to be tough for them to sneak into the playoffs. That's
what makes sense, man. I mean, again, coming out of the AFC, it's going to be a dogfight anyway. But I wanted to get out of here and
let's go and get the elephant out the room, Aaron. Just get out the room, man.
I know, right?
Get out the room.
We've been tap dancing around.
Yeah, let's not tap dance around it, man.
Let's go.
No more pitching, man. Let's go.
The man that requested a trade officially today, the worst kept secret in professional football, is that Brandon Ayuk is unhappy. In the land of the Bay. We got a 49er fan in the building. We got one set to come back here shortly. But I'm going to let the 49er fan talk his mess and kick the joint off, man. Larry, talk to me. You and I have been texting each other back and forth for about almost 2 months about this very thing. How you feeling, man?
I know you want him on your Steelers so bad. I know you do.
I do.
I know you do.
Answer calling.
But this is what I'm going to say about this whole IU thing. It's starting to get to where the point is getting under my skin. And we've all heard Lynch say he's not going to trade him. And if they do trade him, where's he going to go? Which teams had a compensation to give up for him, right? And when I'm looking at IU, sometimes you know how you get in your own way sometimes? And somebody in his camp need to tell him you're getting in your own way. And not look, Ayuk's bad, man. Ayuk balls out. But how many teams are you gonna go on where you're not the focal point of the offense, of the defense? You're not getting double. You're not getting coverage roll your way. You're sometimes you may be facing the team's 3rd, maybe 4th cornerback. Because if you line up McCaffrey, because McCaffrey lines up as a receiver sometime, you're not getting the coverage that you think that you're getting. And yeah, you're productive in our system, but will you be productive in another system, right? So when I look at Ayuk, I'm not saying that he's not critical to the 49ers' success. I just think that he's also a benefactor of the team that he plays on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No,
of course. I mean, with McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and all like
Kittle
and stuff like that.
But he wants to be paid like Deebo.
But he wants to be paid like that. And this is where I get into the money part of it. The contract they offered him was $26 million. I felt that was a respectable offer. He wants Justin Jefferson $30-something million, right?
35.
Yeah. I felt that on that team, for your role, that was a damn good offer. You're making it seem like we lowballed you and offered you $10 million or $12 million, even though we know that you are a product of the team that we have. Paying him $26 million, I felt like that was paying him the market rate, because we see that these receiver prices are going up through the roof. I feel like that was an offer to say, hey, look, you can stay on a winning team, part of a championship culture. You're not going to Washington. Aaron, I'm just being for real. Lynch is going to want a haul for Ayuk. So if you go to the Steelers, how much of that team are you going to give up to get Ayuk? And now it's getting real messy. It's getting to the point where he's making trade demands. He's been on podcasts. And when you look at a player like from Ayuk status, right, $26 million, I feel like that's something that you should have signed up for weeks ago. This shit should have been over with. It should have been a done deal. It shouldn't have been dragged out this long. It shouldn't have been, feel like I should go play here and I should do this and I should do that. It shouldn't be no more rumors. It should be inked, done, finito. And Aaron, I know that you want him on that team, but I'm just saying is that I know you said y'all could maybe squeeze it under next year, right?
Yeah, we can move some stuff.
You got to move some stuff. Yeah, how many teams that aren't at the bottom of the league can afford your asking price? And will you be productive the way you've been productive in another system? That's my whole thing.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I look at it.
Go ahead.
No, I just feel real quick. Like he's, making $14 million this year, the last year of his deal. So you'd have to fit the $14 million in this year, and then you go right to 26.
Wait, Barry, let me cut you off. And this is the even crazier part about it. Technically, he can't go nowhere because he's still under contract for next year, and we can franchise him 2 years.
Well, this is the final year of his contract.
This is the final year of his deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have this year. Next year we can franchise him. Then we can franchise him again.
Right, and the Niners said they're not training him. They're so like,
we're not training.
I don't care what he's saying. They're not training him. So that's what I mean. Like, if they did trade him, you'd have to eat the 14 this year, and then go to 26 or probably over 30 next year if he wants the deal that he wants. Can you make that fit? Maybe. I agree with Larry. I think he's a fit in this offense. I think he's the third option on a good team. I think you don't pay it the third option on a good team. Huh? He's
the fourth option.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. So like,
who's the third?
Kittle.
Yeah.
So but if I'm the Niners, after the quarterback, I'm paying Debo, I'm paying McCaffrey, then I'm paying Kittle, then I'm paying Ayuk.
Why are you paying Debo, who misses half his game? See, that's my only issue with the Niners.
Debo is the linchpin. Debo is the Swiss Army knife.
He stays hurt.
But he's the Swiss Army.
But he's the best.
Yes, but he stays hurt.
So what? Hurt players get paid. Doesn't Kawhi Leonard get paid?
So Brandon Ayuk don't deserve to get paid. Which, if they had offered him the 26,
nobody said he doesn't.
They did. They offered him the 26. That's the point.
Justin Jefferson got paid. They should have offered it before Justin Jefferson got paid. Number one. Number two.
No. You're not paying your fourth best offensive player top dollar. That's ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. Every time they need it down,
then move him.
They go to
move him.
It doesn't matter, Chandler. He's your fourth best player. You're not paying. You just gave money to McCaffrey. You gave him.
If that's how you value him, if that's where he is in the hierarchy of your system, then move him.
But the 26 is still on the table. The 26 is on the table.
26 is not a swipe. 26 will put him easily in the top 10 in the league every season.
Yeah, I think it's simple where it's like if he does not want to play with the 49ers anymore, and I feel like he's playing dirty pool a little bit here because he's going to say like, oh, well, they don't want me here anymore. So it's like they offered you $26 million, and it's like, I like Brandon Ayuk. He's a good player. Guess what? He's not. He is not Justin Jefferson.
No, he's not. But he don't want to be there anymore. So he's doing the only thing he can do in the NFL because their union sucks, okay? And they got these guys with franchise tags and all this other nonsense. He's using the only tools available to him to get out of there because he don't want to be there.
No, and John Lynch can tell him, and John Lynch can look at him and say, you know what, whatever. You know, it's like $26 million for him. We've all established the fourth option on the offense. $26 million is pretty damn good. And it's just like, I feel like you're not going to get. You're not going to get.
That's the same money that Cooper Kupp is making.
I'm not talking about the money. He don't want to play there.
Well, we know that because I think he's using.
I don't think he wants to play there because if he wants to play there, he would have signed.
Right. Yeah, because he's using this like $26 million offer as like some sort of slight or something like that. Like they lowballing me. Like they're not lowballing you. It's like, sir, this is market price for you. You know, yes. I feel like that is a good. So, but it's like, and deep down inside, he probably knows that. But he's like like you said, the only leverage that he has because he wants more money is like, oh well, they don't want me. I don't want me. And John Lynch is
because that's the only way he's going to get traded.
You might.
The only way he's going to get traded is to kick up a fuss, and if he is the fourth option, then they'll move him, which is what he really wants. He don't want to be there anymore because remember,
this is my thing. If you go somewhere else, you're not probably going to be as good as what you are right now.
That's irrelevant to him, and you got to understand that. This is what I'm trying to tell you. He doesn't care if he goes to the Cucamonga booty scratcher, then he's the number one option. His pockets are lined with dollar bills. He doesn't care.
He wants out of Frisco.
Care. He wants out of San Francisco because San Francisco devalues him and has him, to your own point, as the fourth option.
You are.
Okay, so fine.
He's not the fourth option on a lot of teams. He's
but yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Go to the. He gonna be like my man Alvin Harper when he was on the Cowboys when he went to Tampa Bay. See how that worked out.
Got that money, and it's like, and look,
paid, right?
We all know that Cucamonga don't have no money under the cap anyway. So it's like we know Cucamonga's off the table. They don't have any money under the cap. So it's like whatever. You know, they're a cap.
It's too late in the game. Most of these teams have set their roster and their cap dollar. You know what I mean? Like
it's way past.
If he wanted to get traded, he should have said this before the draft, homie. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, because it's past June 1. Like we so far away from June 1. June 1 or around June 1 was the time to do that, and now here it is. Like I just feel like it's too late, and I don't know if he's gonna hold out or whatever like that. But he better dig his heels in. Yeah,
he's gonna hold in. He's gonna hold in. He's gonna show up because he ain't losing that money. But he gonna have back problems. He gonna ankle problems. He gonna have knee problems.
All that. Yeah.
But you know what? This is the part that pisses me off even more, right? And this is from a Niners fan. Lynch has actually done right by all his players. Lynch. He even with when we had the what's the guy we traded to
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. We did right by Trey Lance. We did right by the guy he just signed with the Dolphins. We couldn't find the trade partner for him. We let him go.
Eric Armstead.
Yep. We did right by the other guy we traded to the Colts.
Well, no, actually Armstead. They gave him a low ball offer. Want him to take
No, he was hurt. We tried to re-sign him. He didn't want to take
at a reduced price. You want him to take a pay cut. That ain't doing right by somebody.
That is. He was hurt.
Here's the deal. I mean, I see where you're going with this.
Outright released him.
I see where you're going with this. But you can't sit there and say, yo, Lynch and the 49ers are doing right by IU and you're holding him hostage.
You just want him on your Steelers, man. We know that, bro. We know that.
Where he goes.
You want him on the Steelers, man. Look.
Give me. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come see me.
Y'all need as much as y'all can get on there. But I'm
come see me.
You want to
They're holding them hostage.
Here's what I understand. Why do fans always side with the organization when we know that football players get screwed constantly? Here's the piece.
I'm not siding with
him right now. Right, for the money he wants, cut him tomorrow and not have to give him a dime of that.
I'm not siding with them, dude. But look at what Lynch did. He took care of Debo. He took care of Christian. He's taking care of everybody on that team, even with the Trey Lance situation. That
is irrelevant to the topic at hand. We can sit here
and say that you want him on the Steelers, man.
No, we want him out of San Francisco because that will make him
I want him. The problem is you cannot sit here and say he's done right by this person, he's done right by that person, he's done right by that person, he's done right by this person, but he's going to screw the other person.
But if I offer you $26 million,
he doesn't want that.
You $26 million.
He doesn't want to play ball there. So let the man go. Trade what you can trade for him.
No, wait. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, and this is where I'm gonna go with this. Right? They offered him the $26 million before he put the trade request in. He playing that I want you, but I don't want you game. But I don't want to go nowhere. But I'm scared to leave. But you gave me a fair offer because they were just in negotiations before the negotiations broke down. If he really wanted to be out of there, you would not be in negotiations with that team. You want that Justin Jefferson money. And that's not what's going to fit within our cap. And that's not what your value is at.
Somebody will give it to him.
He literally look at Aaron. I sent it to you, dude. They were just in negotiations. Why would you go negotiate again with a team that you wanted out of?
Why do teams negotiate with players and then cut them?
I'm talking about if I'm a player, you think if I want to go out there, I'm gonna go in negotiations with you?
Yes, you got to play the game. Yes, you got to play the game.
But he wants that money, and he thinks that he's going to get that Justin Jefferson money
from somebody. He'll get it from somebody if it's not the Niners. Somebody will pay.
Come on, Pittsburgh, bro.
I mean, but let me just throw this out here real quick. So Aaron, the Steelers pull off the trade and they give up whatever assets, whatever. So now you got Brandon Ayuk. He's still gonna want paid.
Right. So what? Next year, what
are the Pittsburgh Steelers going to give him $33 million?
Yeah, but what if he don't ask for that from the Steelers? Maybe he asked for less from. Maybe he takes the 26 from the Steelers, but he just don't want to be in San Francisco.
I mean, the cost of living is much cheaper in Pittsburgh than it is in the Bay.
I'm just saying.
Hey, but where your success is gonna lie at, and then and he's still young, so you go back to get that second bite from the apple.
Oh, we ain't doing that 2 times in a row.
Not
Pittsburgh. We not
like, sir. Your name is not Cam Hayward or T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt. You know that.
You do not get that. No.
This is his first bite at the apple.
To try to get as much money as he can because he understands the business of the NFL. Now, keep in mind, this is a kid that did not want to move to San Francisco. And then they said, we want you to move. So he moved there they asked him to. He never wanted to live in San Francisco. They had to ask him to move there. He doesn't want to play for the Niners anymore.
Man, these wide receivers play today 36 years old now. These wide receivers are signing damn near quarterback money now. Like, I could probably go put on some pads and play receiver now. Like, you can't even touch these dudes. They run up and down the field. So he could probably get another bite at the apple. And yes. I can tell you right now where the Niners are probably looking at this. Take the $26 million now, because they're good at renegotiating with players. Trent is coming off the books. Trent is eating up a huge cap number. And we all know Trent got a year or two left. Trent eating up like 30-something million on the cap. Mm-hmm. Come back to us in 2 years, and then we're gonna give you the bread that you want. And at that point, you're really gonna get the bag, because I can tell you right now,
I don't want to do that.
When CD fall off the what's called it? Oh, that's when you're gonna really see the dominoes.
Crap. Hey guys, I gotta go take the dog out.
All right, dog.
All right. But yeah, like I said, man, I feel like it was a respectable offer. I feel like we're gonna see the drama, but at this point, I'm like, man, just trade him and get him up out of here.
Yes, come on to Pittsburgh, man. Come on to Pittsburgh. That's
26 mil for a fourth option, bro. I think that was a fair offer. It's not that far off from Justin Jefferson money, and you can't put yourself on Justin Jefferson level, man. Like, he was the one that everybody's waiting on to fall, and you know that's why CD didn't sign.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
that's who y'all should be going after. Hey,
CD's a whole different ball game, but I ain't got time for that today, man. Let's go and get up out of here, man.
Yeah, we can wrap it up now.
You know what I'm saying? Coach Lazar, thanks for coming by, kicking with us, man. Give us a plug and close up and shut it down, sir.
Y'all already know. It's Love coming here whenever we come in, just like we come in here. Like I always say, I love talking sports with people who know how to talk sports and love sports. We get animated and heated, but it's all good. At the end of the day, we all love each other. This is a brotherhood. This is the executive view. And you already know how I ended. You know, God is good.
Tom?
Water is life. Make sure y'all stay hydrated. Larry, especially you, drink. Make sure you stay hydrated down there in H-Town. And of course,
water now.
Get your dubs up. Wu-Tang is for the children.
For the
y'all
children,
have a good
man.
one. Good night.
Yes, sir, man. I've been done. Larry, you know what to do, man. Give us a plug in the club and shut it down, my guy.
Man, it's been a pleasure today, man. I'm glad Steve and Unc was able to join, man. And I'm gonna do like I normally do, and I want to keep it real simple. Peace, love, and soul grease. Come on.
All right, big dog, man. You villain, you know what I'm saying? Another show in the books, man. I love doing this with you, man. Give me a plug in the club and shut it down, my guy.
I don't care, man. We shouldn't have paid Saquon Barkley his money. I love it. I'm out of this piece. I'll see y'all next week. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go apologize to my lovely wife, even though I didn't do anything wrong. I love you. I love you. See you.
Big guy. Man, it's your boy Serious repping that 412 and the 703, man. I enjoy doing this every week with these gentlemen, man. Looking forward to bigger and better things, man. Thanks for all of you guys for rocking with us, man. If you're on YouTube, man, give us a like and a follow, man. We're also on Spotify, man. The show that you're listening to right now will be on Spotify within the next 24 hours. So looking forward to doing big things over there. Shout out to my friends at Nonsense of Deep Thoughts podcast for rocking with me, man. Looking forward to partnering with you guys in a little bit, man. The NFL is here. We waited a long time to get to this very moment. You know, some rookies we put in camp. I myself will be in Latrobe 2 weeks from today, watching the Steelers kick off, man, with my father, man. Looking forward to doing that every year, man. With that being said, God bless. Y'all be safe. Catch you guys on the next one, man.